It's an important pitch for him. Originally the Royals' #2 pick, 2004, out of the University of South Carolina. So Buckner looks to stake his claim, or catfish, as Gracie likes to call him. The big fish goes to work, does so with strike one on a sinking fastball. We're underway here at Chase Field. Todd, Gracie, and I all thankful that you opened up your doors to us this evening. Thanks for inviting us into your home. Outdoor baseball. Velez up and down between AAA and the big leagues this season as he rolls that one out to Allen. And the first baseman for the Diamondbacks unable to gobble that one up, so Velez is on.
No, we've seen Brandon Allen scuffle a little bit with the leather the last couple of games. Had a couple of chances that got away from him yesterday. He takes that one right there in the breadbasket. And I guess when you've got rock hard abs like that, Darren, you know, the ball bounces far away, so you can't make the play. I never had that problem.
Really?
No, the ball just stopped kind of right there. And you got to make the play.
You never had like a pulled ab muscle either? Maybe a side muscle?
I've never. I never.
Oblique?
Oblique. That's the sexy injury these days. They hurt an oblique.
Mm-hmm.
Man, we had never heard of those.
No.
Because we didn't have them.
Right. Freddie Sanchez with a runner on, and the brick wall, as he is speaking of over there at first, Brandon Allen. Sanchez was acquired, and look, this club is still in the race, no doubt about it, but hoping to do big things. He battled some injuries upon coming over. But this is a guy, since he made the move a few years back out of Boston to the National League, has been a guy that's been counted on to hit 300 every year, including a batting title. Not a power guy, though, correct, Gracie?
No, not really. He's not going to hit too many for you. In a big year, he might hit 10 or 12. But he can hit.
That trade was July 30th, and they gave up a piece. Right-handed pitcher Tim Alderson, one of their top pitching prospects, a young man, a Valley product, Tim Alderson, and he goes to Pittsburgh. And they are constantly rebuilding. We'll see how he fits in.
Huge lead for Velez.
Pitches away, and the count 1-1. Well, Gracie was talking about those double plays. It's been a big part of his game throughout his career. He's had 99 opportunities in the big leagues. 26 double plays, so that's 26% roughly. League average is 11% of the time. And he's looking for one right now. Bunt, popped foul, and the count 1-2.
I'm sure Bruce Bochy and the rest of the Giants over there are telling Freddie Sanchez to drive it in the gap.
We love to say that.
Yeah, we do. You could read his lips right there. That's exactly what he said.
Son, you had 200 hits a couple of years ago.
Yeah,
Won a batting title.
You didn't do it bunting.
1-2 the count.
Huge lead.
Stays put and protecting. There's the curveball there. That one not quite as big of a dive and a dart as he had looked for.
Well, we said he's got a swing and miss curveball, and he nearly got Freddie Sanchez to swing and miss. That was a good one there on the outside part of the plate.
Defensively straight up on the infield. The outfield plays Sanchez pretty dramatically the other way, especially Chris Young in center. Got him at first base. Good move there, Billy Buckner. Buckner in his time in the big league, 6 stolen bases attempts against, 2 thrown out, so has done a nice job in a limited time.
When you're taking a lead that size and you get caught leaning. Well, that's a close play. Wally Bell right there on the punch. Tough to tell from that angle, but
Stephen Drew sets, fires, long throw off the bag, comes out. So Sanchez with an infield hit. He will raise up that average up and above 292 now. There's really no chance there.
No, there's really not much Stephen Drew can do. Sanchez doesn't have fabulous speed, but he's going to easily beat that one. Nice effort, though. You love to see the efforts there from Stephen Drew.
So now Randy Wynn. The veteran Wynn has always been a thorn in the side of the Diamondbacks. And this year, runners in scoring position as that one is blocked up on the back end. I guess we need to point out pretty early that the man with the least amount of experience as far as catching in that locker room is starting, the Stanford product, John Hester, behind home plate, catching Billy Buckner. But here's the interesting part. There's not a big nerve factor. He caught Buckner in the minors all year long. Comfortable with what? Probably more comfortable with Billy Buckner than when he's caught Dan Herron and Doug Davis.
Well, probably.
But he does his homework.
Although, just the prestige of saying, I caught Dan Herron. That's one of those things you tell your kids about. Or you can say, hey, I caught for catfish.
The 2-0. Swing and a miss, a 2-0 changeup there. Interesting selection, even better execution.
Wynn very aggressive right there on the 2-0 count. He just knew a fastball was coming. He had made his mind up. Anything straight, I'm swinging. Well, it was straight, but it was a changeup, and he got the swing and miss.
San Francisco leaving Los Angeles in that current road trip, and in that series, 1 for 7 for Randy Wynn. Wynn battered Mr. Buckner earlier this year, 3 for 4 against Billy Buck. The 2-1. Curveball dives low. 3-1 the count. Buckner might feel like he owes these Giants a bit, though he's just trying to find his way through the ball game. When you have a 6.79 ERA and you've done good things recently, that means you were rocked a few times. Well, on June the 9th against the Giants, he went 5, gave up 13 hits and 8 runs at the hands of San Francisco here in this ball. Topper, the runner was on the move. Trying to stay out of the double play there.
Well, Bruce Bochy, he reads the stats. He sees that this guy rolls up double plays at a pretty good rate. Trying to keep them going. These are all monster games for the San Francisco Giants. You know, Boch's one of those guys you just can't help but root for, huh, Darren?
I was going down that road. You already took us there. Getting your perspective on Bruce Bochy. That one is low and a walk, so Buckner not helping himself. Defensively working behind Buckner is Burns and Young and Upton. That's right, Burnsy. It's Reynolds, Drew, Roberts, and Brandon Allen. And then Billy Buckner works with John Hester. Oh, Pablo Sandoval getting ready.
Kung Fu Panda. My God.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You've claimed it.
I claimed it.
Now, you've seen some good stuff. You see Kung Fu Panda, a .385 hitter against the Diamondbacks in his career. As that one is low, boy, he's cutting himself off. And Sandoval made sure he got comfortable.
I don't know what that's all about.
Now, wait a minute. He's your guy. You're all in with everything. If you're going to claim him.
I'm not saying I'm not all in. I just don't know what it's about.
John Hester had to be thinking, what's he doing standing next to me right now?
Excuse me. Can you back up a little, please? Trying to give some signs.
Ground ball off the glove of Roberts. He was trying to turn it before he had it. And it dies. A run will score, and Sandoval keeps the train moving. It was well struck. No doubt about it, but it took a high enough hop where that had double play written all over.
Well, error number 2 of the inning. A routine one hopper. Now Roberts got ahead of himself. Sanchez scores easily. And Randy Wynn all the way to third base. And that's something the Diamondbacks are really going to have to address somehow, some way, Darren. The defense as a whole this year, oh, it's been awful. Only one team in all of baseball has had statistically a worse defense, and that's the Washington Nationals. And needless to say, everybody knows where they are.
1-0 the count to Benji Molina. Benji continuing his timely hitting against Arizona, no doubt about it. Grinding his way to the finish line as he fouls that one off. Molina hopping off the bench with a key pinch hit home run the last time that there was a visit paid. I guess the one thing we know about Benji, and we've told you fans about it a lot, is that throughout his career he has hovered around 290, 295 with runners in scoring position. 1-1 to count. Curveball, and we have a runner hung up, but he just moves on up to second base. Sandoval stopped about 2/3 of the way.
John Hester must have been told from the dugout, don't throw. It looks like Sandoval's probably trying to get into a run down there to see if they could steal a run. Hester just never threw it.
1-2 the count. So now a guy who doesn't bring much speed at all to the batter's box and would have been a good double play candidate no longer. The 1-2. Benji nubs that one off the end of the bat, and it's a foul ball. We'll do it again. We all remember San Francisco off of Chad Qualls and Benji Molina. That quad injury limping around. And a curtain call would follow.
Right now, if I'm A.J. Hinch, not real happy with what I'm seeing out of the gate here. A couple of errors, a walk, and then a no throw to second base. No way to be a spoiler.
No, unfortunately, this club has played more of the role of the enabler for teams trying to fight their way to the playoffs. Unfortunately, Benji hanging around. Molina, a free agent at the end of the year. When you're in a pennant race, you can't really, and Benji was saying this, you can't really let your future contractually weigh on your mind, and it hasn't. But I would imagine once this season is determined, then you naturally start thinking about, okay, where am I going to work next year? And that guy's thinking about, am I going to work next year? 1-2 the count. Pitch is low, 2-2.
And that was pitch number 22 of the inning for Billy Buck.
One of the better nicknames.
Well, no, I'm not going there. There was already a Billy Buck. He was a great hitter.
He was a good hitter.
This is Catfish.
I like it. The 2-2. Bouncing ball, and it's a foul ball. Dare I say Catfish, one of the better nicknames.
Well, it is.
Of course, tied into his growing up in Georgia, Duluth.
Well, sure.
South Carolina.
Probably caught a lot of catfish. There's Tim Lincecum. I like to call him Black Beauty.
That's what I thought. That mane, you love that flowing mane.
Flowing mane, like the great, beautiful black stallion, Black Beauty.
They may be, again, pulling out a trophy and putting Black Beauty on the Cy Young Award this winter.
Well, he got cuffed around a little bit yesterday afternoon in Los Angeles, Darren.
He did. We'll see. We'll see.
I think Chris Carpenter and him are going to kind of fight it out like he and Brandon Webb did last year.
2-2 the count. Pitch number 10 of the at-bat about to come home. Got it. There's that swing and miss curveball for a hitter who rarely walks and rarely strikes out.
Well, Catfish decides, you know what, if the boys are going to boot balls when I pitch to contact, I'll just pitch to no contact. Good curveball there, 3-2, and got Molina to strike out. Yeah, there it is. I love it. The guys in the truck jumping right on board with me. Look at that, very similar right there. I mean, it's almost mirror image.
Curveball, strike one to Juan Uribe. In the sense that they're both pitchers, I totally agree.
Both extremely right-handed.
Yeah, right-handed, both wearing spikes.
Doggone right.
0-1 the count. Curveball misses in to Juan Uribe. Uribe in September rolling, hitting .354 this month. He has 23 hits in 18 games. Got 5 homers this month as well.
Hit a big grand slam. Ooh. You can see why. A big rip right there. Came up empty.
And a little bit of the glass half full perspective here is that if Mr. Buckner, with all the ugliness, including his walk, the defensive miscues, and the pitches to be thrown, if he can just keep it at 1, that's not so bad with those runners standing
Without
out
a doubt.
there. Pitches away. The biggest concern with Billy trying to make his mark and open the eyes of this organization is the amount of pitches he's had to throw. And how deep can you take it doing this each and every inning?
Well, that's the thing, and A.J. Hinch has to realize, you know what? Yeah, he's going to throw pitch number 30. 30 right here. But if you can get the poor defense behind you, as well as the walk, and only give up 1 run, as you said, you have to look at it as, you know what? He did a heck of a job.
Two and two the count. Here's the month of September for Juan Uribe. Curveball, cheating, rocket. He got Billy Buckner earlier, and that was part of that day that he just as soon forget. He was ready for a fastball right down the middle at about the knee. Yeah, it's turned out to be a nice pickup for the San Francisco Giants. When they need some pop, they didn't think they'd get it here. Curveball popped up. Stephen Drew, Eric Burns. Eric Burns calls off Stephen Drew and puts it away. He had to throw 31. He didn't have much help, but he got out of it. Barry Zito, time for you to clock in. Been at work every single day, which we all know doesn't help you get any better. Here's the Southwest Airlines starting lineup. Chris Young, Stephen Drew, Justin Upton, Mark Reynolds. That's some pretty good history, isn't it, folks? Ryan Roberts, Eric Burns. That's right, his old teammate Burnsy is in the lineup. Brandon Allen, John Hester, and Billy Buckner. Well, the story for Barry Zito has been the second half. He really has done good work. ERA below 2.5. As that pitch is high, 1-0 the count to leadoff hitter Chris Young.
You're not going to see Barry Zito throw very hard. He's in the mid-80s with his fastball. Got a good curveball, a good changeup. He just has to throw strikes. If he's throwing strikes, he's awfully good. If he's not, it's usually a short outing for him.
Former Cy Young Award winner, won the award in 2002, was a 23-game winner for the Oakland A's. That one is outside. 3-0 the count, and that's exactly what you just said. What Benji Molina said before the game. Another peek at the season numbers. Is that I need him throwing strikes for me. That's the first and most important part. And that's not a good start. Good start for the Diamondbacks, no doubt. Young with 11 stolen bases. Let's see if he will be on the move. Defensively, working behind Barry Zito, here's what he looks at. With Velez, Rowan, and Wynn, they're busy because he's a fly ball pitcher. Sandoval, Uribe, Sanchez, and Ishikawa. Barry Zito works with Benji Molina. There he is at third base, Pablo Sandoval. His mom used to have to tell him during Little League games, get back out there and play defense. Mom, I just want to hit.
He just wanted to hit, huh?
That's exactly right. But Mom.
Yeah, go get a base hit or lay out a rope and then go sit by Mom.
We've all seen it. Defense. We've all seen it as parents. Our young one wants to come sit by us in times of distress. Go sit with your team. Your coach is talking to you. Pablo.
Nope.
Get your glove on. You have to go play somewhere.
I just want to hang here with you, Mom.
See that homer I just hit? 0-1 the count to Stephen Drew. Curveball and a dandy. No balls and 2 strikes. Now that's the pitch right there that helped him win a Cy Young Award. The fastball isn't quite what it used to be, but boy, that is a nasty breaking ball. Drew at 260, 12 homers, 58 batted in. The 0-2. Down and away. Pulled the string on him. A changeup, lefty on lefty. Curveball, changeup. Goodbye.
Well, after a 4-pitch walk, Stephen Drew just got abused. Breaking ball, strike. And then the changeup almost looked like a slider.
So now Justin Upton. 25 home runs, 80 runs batted in. Slugging over 550 this season.
And loves hitting left-handers.
Boy, does he ever. That curveball is high. And it's been a year for Upton in which lefties have been a big part of his resume. Upton hitting .385, slugging .808 in 104 at bats against left-handers. .808.
Goodness.
One 1-0 the count. Also cutting the fastball a little bit more as the changeup misses away is Zito. Molina earlier in the year was telling us and telling me in the locker room that I need him inside more. I need him to get ahead, and I need him to come inside. He just has to. And initially Zito wasn't totally on board, but he's come across to the other side, realizing he has to.
Yeah, you have to pitch inside. I don't care how hard you throw. You don't have to throw 95 to pitch inside. Now Molina and Zito having trouble getting on the same page as we speak.
I think in order to get him believing too, I think it was cutting it that helped him realize, okay, I can go inside this way with a little bit of movement. Left-handed pitchers have been a nightmare as well as starters against the Diamondbacks. Arizona 15-27. There's a lefty. He's been in many nightmares for all hitters. But they're 15-27 in games started by southpaws this year. Justin Upton picks a changeup off the end of the bat. That's a pitch you just cannot pull. It looks so good, I'm sure, to Justin as he is erased.
You can see he's disgusted with himself. It was a hanger, Darren. I mean, this thing is belt high. Oh, baby. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I can see why he's disgusted with himself. Those are pitches that Justin usually hammers.
Mark Reynolds looking to get it going and hoping to do so in this series against the Giants. We all know about the 42 homers, the 97 runs batted in. Getting closer to that magic number of 100. But Mark is hitless in his last 16 at bats. High fly ball deep left field. Velez going back to the wall. Goodbye. There it is for Mark, number 43 on the season. 99 RBIs. He didn't come close to getting all of that one, by the way.
I'm glad the roof is open, Darren, because I think that one would have gone to the rafters if it was closed. A moonshot, if you will. First pitch fastball. And Molina wants Zito to come in, and Zito doesn't like to, and that's why right there. A fastball inside. Mark Reynolds was waiting on it and just hit a high, towering, majestic long ball about 10 rows deep.
What happened? Meantime, while he is fist pumping inside that dugout and certainly deserves to be, Freddie Sanchez on a home run ends up hobbling around a bit.
No idea what he possibly could have done.
And he has missed some time with injury.
He looks like, oh my goodness, he's really hurt. May have twisted an ankle maybe as he reacted.
My goodness, having to be helped off the field. That's a shame.
He wasn't even involved in the play at all. Well, that's bad news for the Giants. Well, that looks like
that's after Justin Upton flew out.
okay.
Well, that's it right there. And whatever happened, he did it.
Or something. Yeah, he's having. I mean, he needs two people to get him back to the dressing room. Golly, I hate to see that.
Defensive change for San Francisco. Now at second base, number 19, Kevin Franzen.
Franzen takes over. Kevin Franzen at second base. Mark Reynolds, 99 RBIs, and Freddie Sanchez, that's unfortunate. It just has not been. It has not been a good move for him. I mean, he has been injured and then injured some more. Matter of fact, as you take a peek at the update on the home run race, you can see where Mr. Reynolds now stands. Albert Pujols at 47. Change up high and away, 0-2 the count. Well, by the way, that's a good way to break an 0 for 16.
0 for 16. That's the thing, we've talked about it for a couple of years now, Darren. He's always got that puncher's chance. And when he makes contact with the baseball, there's a above average chance that it's going to go over the boards. So that's good to see. When guys like him break out, they break out in huge ways.
Whether he meant to or not, Ryan Roberts will take it. An off-speed pitch up in the zone, and yet Roberts takes it the other way.
That just means your bat's staying in the zone for a long time. It's a hanging breaking ball. He just fights it. He passed a diving Travis Ishikawa. So Ryan Roberts gets himself a base hit. Some two-out lightning here.
Eric Burns now. And this, of course, his old teammate. They played together. They're pretty close friends. Talking about Zito and Burns. And Burnsy, as Gracie likes to call him.
I do.
Having a tough go of it September. 4 for 21. Not able to find his swing much with regular playing time. But before he came back to the big leagues, it was made clear that the ups and downs over the last couple of years and the injuries, whether they were well-timed or tough time, and obviously they were tough time, nothing's going to be guaranteed for the rest of the year.
Good change up there. Kerwin Danley, the home plate umpire, rings it right up. Former teammate of mine at San Diego State, Kerwin Danley. He was a very good outfielder there. Didn't get drafted.
All-American, though.
All-American.
Not drafted?
Not drafted. That was back when you were a senior, you rarely got drafted. He was so disappointed that he didn't. He wanted to stay in baseball, so he went to Harry Wendelstedt's umpire school. Graduated top of his class, and here he is, a veteran now. And a crew chief in the big leagues.
The 1-2.
Burns, he swings and misses for strike 3, but not before. Mark Reynolds hammers one into the seats. That's RBIs number 98 and 99. Get smart.
playing with an edge. Here's Mark.
You got to have that edge on the field to be able to keep competing, even though, like right now, we're out of the race. We don't have much to play for. You know, it's out there in the 8th inning, you're losing 4-2, and you know, some guys just might shut it down. But you know, if you got that edge and you got that belief that you know you can help the team win, you want to keep winning games and you want to keep fighting and scrapping, and you know, that's something I think that we've lacked a little bit down the stretch here. But you know, when it comes down to it, it's about winning games and it's about performing on the field. And if not, there's someone out there working to take your job.
That's a pretty good perspective right there, Darren. That's a kid that gets it. And that's one of the best compliments I can give a ball player is he gets it.
Playing with an edge, Gracie. I know and that's the reason I asked him that question. I hear you talk about it. Maddie was right there with us in that conversation. You guys both talk about that a lot. And as you said, okay, we're down 4-2. What are we all about down 4-2 as we take a look at this home run swing again?
Well, we've seen that 43 times now.
But what am I about? What are we about?
Exactly.
Losing 4-2 in the 8th inning.
Well, I love the fact that he's even saying, you know, some guys will shut it down. And, well, I think we all know he's not a guy that shuts it down.
No.
You know, here he is in his second full year in the big leagues. A little over 2 years. He's become a vocal leader. He's become a leader by example. No question about that. And it's easy to be a leader by example when you hit balls over the boards 43 times. But this guy in the box for the San Francisco Giants, he's another guy. You know, there's a difference, Darren. You hear the term thrown around a lot. Man, this guy comes to play. Yeah, you want guys like that. But there's a difference, Darren, between coming to play and coming to win. Mark Reynolds comes to win. Strike 3 there. Billy Buckner, a couple of quick outs here to start the top of the second.
Important, by the way. Very important.
There's that swing and miss curveball we were talking about. Nice job of blocking it up there by John Hester.
And it's not, you can't pay that lip service. To be described as a player that you were speaking of, you can't anoint yourself as that player. That kind of title to me is given.
The guy that comes to play, he plays for that. Okay? The guy that comes to win, Darren, plays for that.
Got it.
That's the difference. Plays for the D-backs, the organization, his teammates, the fans, everything it's about. Those are the guys that you win with. That's the difference between coming to play. The world's full of guys that just come and say, oh, man, I'm going to get mine today. Well, you need more guys that, you know what, let's go out and get ours today. Big difference.
3-2 the count with 2 outs. Yeah, I would imagine that those guys did that. They had to. Boy, frustrating walk there after you working your way through an inning. That's a guy that understood the right way to play. Boy, listening to you guys talk baseball.
My favorite teammate.
Sean Dunston, by the way, for those of you youngsters that don't know.
He loves wearing that uniform. Always talking baseball, teaching the youngsters. Well, after 2 quick outs, a 2-out walk to the opposing pitcher, Barry Zito. He's infectious, Darren. Constantly talking about baseball situations, what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing. Changeup. Good one.
1-1 the count. He's got to be kicking himself about that walk, because I know I can't get beyond it. Had a chance to really have a brief, quick inning after throwing 30+ pitches in that first inning. 1-1 the count to Velez. It's low. 2-1 the count.
Right now he looks like he's having trouble locating his fastball. All right, Catfish, have a little talk with yourself back there. Get it back together. Don't be moping around out there. Get on that hill and let it fly. And let it fly with some confidence.
Throwing another changeup here. He is. Grounded in the hole. Base hit. A lot of changeups to Velez, as you said, maybe lacking confidence in the fastball. Can't get by that walk to Zito. I'm sorry, folks. Here's Kevin Franzen now.
That ball wasn't very hard hit. Kind of a 2-3 hopper. See the, oh, there it is. Brandon Allen spun his wheels over there. That's why he couldn't get to it.
Here's Kevin Franzen this year, 7 hits and 42 at bats in his limited time. Of course, Freddie Sanchez went out. When we get word on exactly what ails him, we'll let you know. Franzen rolled short. Stephen Drew. All those extra pitches. Come on, Billy. Barry Zito. Oh, Frank Caliendo. He's stopping by.
Yeah, he's
fine
gonna come
comedian, impressionist. Favorite one, they love Dr. Phil. 36929. What is your favorite impression? Madden, George Bush, Dr. Phil. What do you like?
Mine would be E. Robin Williams. Have you heard him do Robin Williams?
I have, and his Jay Leno's good too.
Is it?
Oh,
yeah, he's got
you bet.
a great Jay Leno as well. How about his Charles Barkley? Did you see the Charles the Charles Barkley?
I did. I didn't like it.
Well, why not?
I didn't like it at all because he was making fun of the Detroit Lions and my support of the Lions, and I don't like that at all. So
that's right. I forgot you're still bent on restoring the roar.
Anyway, 1-1. Curveball is dropped in there. 1-2 the count.
That's called denial play-by-play, folks.
Frank Caliendo will be stopping by. Call your friends because I've got a bone to pick with him, and we're going to settle him. Unless he goes into Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, then I'll just be scared.
Yeah, good point. Well, I'm kind of disappointed he picked the Jacksonville Jaguars over the Cardinals yesterday.
Well, he's a huge Jaguars fan. That's why. Huge. Loves them.
That's not very big league.
Swung right through it. And Brandon Allen goes down on strikes. Todd Walsh, you really opened up the Pandora's box, I thought, very effectively before the game.
Thank you very much. That's
How have
kind
you
of my
been,
job.
by the way?
Very well. Thanks for having me. It's good to be back. I just wanted to give Frank a little bit of a lay of the land, because you guys have been having this NFL debate now for years.
Sure.
I don't quite understand the restore the roar fixation.
Well, they're terrible.
What's not to understand?
Well, nothing actually. But I was watching yesterday. I wanted to see what he had to say about the Cardinals, Mark, to see if you might have a bone to pick with him. And there it was, right on the pregame show, his wild card pick, Jacksonville over the Cardinals. Nobody believed him. Nobody concurred. There was no other opinion other than Frank's. But I thought he defended it well on the pregame show.
It was a brutal opinion.
We're going to get him when he comes in.
Yeah, when he comes in, we're going to have a bone to pick with him.
That one is away.
Jacksonville Jaguars, you got to be kidding me. They're terrible.
Not as bad as Detroit, but you know.
Good point. Good point.
Anyway, 2-1 the count to John Hester. That one dives in there. A bit of a slider. 2-2 the count.
Is he maybe working on a cutter as well, Darren?
He's throwing a cut fastball as well. That's what Benji was saying. That's one pitch that's allowing him to believe he can pitch in.
Oh, baby. Did not get the call. Barry Zito, he wanted it, but it's ball 3. That's a big old-fashioned overhand hook.
The 3-2 pitch. Broke his bat. Pops it up. Second half has been huge for Barry Zito, pitching much more effectively. Let's ask his battery mate, Benji Molina, exactly what he's doing.
I think he's been more aggressive in the zone. We've been walking too many pitches early, too many batters early in the season, and that's one thing that we discussed. I mean, we rather them hit the ball, put him on play. His changeup is very good. His curveball is good. It's hard to hit. Now he added a cutter and he added a slider, so he should be all right. I think that's been the difference for him, just being all over the instead of being all over the plate walking guys, just being aggressive.
A guy like Zito can't walk guys. He just can't. And his stuff right now is marginal. A nice play by Barry Zito. We go from serious analysis to a whole lot of fun right around the corner. Oh, we'll settle the score. Caliendo, world-renowned comedian and the man of so many voices. How'd you do?
Pretty good. I thought you were going to show the extravaganza.
All the hitting?
Yeah, they're more of a hitter and pretty good on the bench.
Well,
I'm really good at spitting.
I was good at that. Scratching,
sure, scratching, spitting. All right,
here we go.
All right, let's take a look at your monitor. Whoop. Hey,
I look younger. Oh, missed the ball. I pulled back.
That
got
one.
it back. I mean, you think that he's swinging, but he's not swinging, and then boom. Well, that was actually
fabulous.
That was my home run swing. I want to thank the editors and producers
Wow!
for putting in.
Bring a guest up here. We have
That's
any
the best we
hitting?
could do for you.
You got
Welcome to Diamondbacks baseball.
I only could go, that was terrible, guys. That's a terrible. What's going on with Caladino? It's Caliendo. I could care less. That was just not good.
Now that's Barkley, right?
Of course it
You know,
is.
he's a local hero out here.
Of course I am. I'm a special guy. I make a lot of friends, and I have a lot of fun. That's what it's all about, guys.
But Charles early was getting on my Lions, and I was very hurt by that.
Well, that's what. Sometimes you just have to live with criticism, and it is. Being you, Dan, you're going to live with a lot of
Yeah,
it.
well, that's been my life story. Charles, there's no doubt about it.
Welcome to the club.
So what brings you to the ballpark? I mean, we know we see around here a lot. You know, I mean, in the great city. But what brings you out to the
I
ballpark?
wanted to bring my my kids out to the game.
Yeah.
And we're sitting down there and having fun, and this opportunity to throw out the first pitch or bounce it, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
Did you bounce it?
Yeah, you
I
bounced
bounced
it.
it
I saw
like a Chuck Barkley check to a casino, knucklehead.
Wow.
That's pretty bad. Why is it doing?
See, why would he say that? He likes Chuck. I mean, he's a good guy.
No, yeah, you get out there and all of a sudden that 60 feet 6 inches is about, seems like it's about 90 feet. But then Buckner bounced a couple. Buckner bounced a couple. So did Zito. Here, look at this. And
Oh boy.
oof. But look at the follow through. I wanted it again. Nothing.
He didn't get
Nothing.
the bat to you?
Nothing. He said you got. Oh.
That was Trent Olchin. You know, they play some. He's from Australia. Did you notice that?
Well, at a left-handed catcher.
Yeah,
without a catcher's mitt.
He's from Australia, and you know they play cricket over there, so I guess he thought that was all right.
Yeah, well, I have no problem bouncing. But then first, that little guy goes out there, what is he, about 7 years old, zooms a strike in there. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
You should have called W. He threw a strike when he got his chance.
I'd have gotten it out there, my friends. Strike it right down the middle. Numero uno. That's Espanolish for number one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah, so, but it was just great. It's, a great night. The kids got school tomorrow, but
That's all right.
we'll
Keep
skip
him up.
that. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Keep
Why
him up a
not?
while. That's what Darren and I do.
They go to school in Hawaii, so it's only 3 hours earlier there. That's all right. Now, when I'm up here, do you guys have to talk about the game at all?
Of course not.
He's like, I've just been
This is
talking
great.
about myself.
He just looked at us and said, "Are we going to talk at all about the game?"
Yeah, I'm watching the game, and I got to be.
Would you like for us to just talk about the game?
No, I'm glad that you're talking about me. That's
Well, you wanna do some
the whole
play-by-play?
business. Yeah, I've tried it before. I'm really awful.
Buckner out the bow. Nice job so far.
Taking a look in, and the pitch, and swung on, foul ball down the first base line.
That's good.
That's pretty.
That's euchre, isn't it?
It's pretty close.
Just a bit outside. He tried the corner and missed. Tim, give me Vaughn.
That's a little major league reference. I got them all.
Now,
I
you
could go
grew,
Harry
up, you
Carey on
grew
you.
up in Wisconsin.
Yes, of course. Hey, those were your playing days, Gracie. I mean, take a look at what's going on here, and the pitch, and he struck him out. Hey, holy cow, going around the horn. Okay, let's take a couple looks at Frank Caliendo. Backwards.
that's pretty
All
good.
right, quick swing. Caliendo backwards is odd knee. I don't know what the heck it is.
That's a pretty good swing right there.
I
Bat
was
getting through the zone nicely.
1988 Junior Olympic champion on the floor exercise. No, baseball.
Floor
Played
exercise.
Urbandale, Iowa. We won the national championships in 1988.
Holy smoke!
Yeah, right. It's and that's real. I'm not even making that up.
Did you see Kung Fu Panda right there? He just went to a knee. Swinging at
He
that
is
pitch.
Kung Fu Panda, isn't he?
This, Frank, you'd hurt yourself doing this, wouldn't you?
You know what? I hurt myself bunting earlier.
Well, at least they finally showed some good video. I mean, we were insulting you all along.
Yeah, I was happy to see this thing.
Line drive up the middle. There it is. And Kung Fu Panda reaches first base on a hit right up the middle.
You know what would be tough
Oh,
though?
that done. Oh.
Go ahead.
What would be very tough,
Ridiculous.
though, with a team that's struggling, I mean, with a team, let's see, that's 65 and 85, would be to have Dr. Phil come out, call their games, and maybe do some counseling.
You guys have to start winning. That's what you have to do. You got to turn it around and score more runs than the other guys. If the guy's on base, what do? Knock him in. Ribbies. Ribbies are what it's all about. And boy, I tell you what, guys, I love ribs as well.
And I do too. I love ribs and chicken and, you know, I mean, all that kind of stuff. I mean, everything is stuff a chicken into a duck into a turkey and give them some ribs and then boom. I mean, you know, it's unbelievable.
All right, the stretch, the pitch is high, fly ball. It could be. It might be. Oh, pop up to the first baseman.
All right, we're going to check in. What are the fans like? As we tell you that, we tell you Saturday, October 10th at the Dodge. October 12th, 4 days a week in Vegas at the Monaco. All those
Monte
things.
Carlo, at the
Monte Carlo.
Yeah. Although, what's happening here?
Wrong mention. We have our stage manager's having a terrible
He's
year. I apologize.
miserable
The Monte
year.
Carlo.
The problem is people just have to start. You know what? That's the problem with America. Penmanship.
That pitch is away.
We need better.
Fire it away. Up on deck, Mark Grace. Wait a second. No, he's to my right in the booth. I must be wearing a pair of those binoculars again.
Oh, we miss him though, don't we?
Oh,
We miss
Harry's
Harry.
the best. I could go Bill Walton for. I do mostly like.
Well, my favorite is Robin Williams.
Oh, what an amazing game. Baseball, who knew? Runs and hits and everything's good. Here we go.
We're dancing. Go back.
Okay. Kung Fu Panda's still on first, isn't he?
Yes, he is, as a matter of fact.
Guess
Mr.
what?
Williams.
He's not going anywhere unless somebody knocks him around.
The lucky couple, I guess.
Oh, a honeymoon at the ballpark.
We lead the league in love.
So again, the Monte Carlo.
The Monte Carlo in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, and also the Dodge Theater, October 10th.
Right here in beautiful Phoenix, Arizona.
October 10th here, huh? Okay.
Sure, Gracie. I feel like I've been with you guys for almost 10 minutes now.
Well, you have.
Get
Yeah, you have. Once again, welcome to Diamondbacks baseball.
Anybody want to show my bad pitch or bad swings again?
Come on, guys. Show some more negative video.
Yeah, that's. I'll tell you what. As a comedian, you don't want to be too good.
Now, you're going to take us to break, by the way. You pick your boots.
Hey, I'll tell you what.
That's the end of the inning, and I mean, guys went over the first, and I mean, I got a producer tell me how much time is left to take a look, and then boom, I mean, we'll be back after this break.
You bet we will, my friends. Arrivederci.
The ballpark. Now it's time for us to get really serious.
And that's Frank Caliendo doing Darren Sutton.
Yeah, he's so good at it. It's amazing.
Oh, what? That was fun. That was a treat.
Listen to him do Gracie. Can you believe that? No, it's so quick on his feet. I think for us, people say, well, you guys are quick on your feet. You talk for 3 hours. I mean, for him to switch personalities and voices and subject matters, exactly what he's seeing on the screen. To me, it's one thing for us to talk about baseball, something we both know. But he puts humor into personalities of the people with what he's seeing on the screen. What a gift. So again, Saturday, October 10th at the Dodge Theater, and then October 12th on, 4 days a week in Vegas at the Monte Carlo. It's been a terrible year for Scott Snyder.
Well, but at least he's consistent.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
We've been talking about, these guys. Like, for instance, it's been a tough year for Chris Young. He's made some strides here in September, hitting some long balls. Well, Scott Snyder continues to struggle.
I guess if you're one thing, then you're consistent.
But it's good to have him back. Been on a football barrage the last couple weeks.
2-2 the count. Line drive, base hit. As we were talking about a moment ago, a little bit more of a spike of late for Chris Young. He walked and scored in the first, and now he singles here in the third.
That was that cut fastball he's been working on. Once again, Molina wants him to come inside. That's where Chris Young likes the ball. He likes the ball a little bit down and a little bit in. He got his pitch and he drilled it into left.
Stephen Drew got a handful back in the first inning. A handful of Barry Zito, curveballs and changeups. Oh my. Squares the bunt, takes a fastball, belt high down the middle. 0-1 the count. Freddie Sanchez, a twisted left knee. And that's just bad luck.
Boy, tell me about it.
Retrieving a ball in from the outfield?
Yeah, that poor guy, ever since he's put on a Giants uniform, has just been hurt. And like real injuries.
Steven in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Steven at home hits a 302. On the road hits 218, and it's dramatically different with regard to his slugging. Slugging 479 here at home and 100 points less than that on the road. He's just seen a dip this year in some of the extra base hits and the numbers. And the lefties have, now they've been tough on him.
Yeah, they worn him out this year.
Bouncing ball, good hit too. On to first, double play. Drew this year against left-handed pitching, hitting just 187.
He's just way too talented to have that happen.
Let's watch and see the adjustment that Justin makes, and with that in mind, what Zito wants to do. He got away with the changeup up at the belt. Justin tried to pull. Curveball attacks, and it's foul.
And you can see Justin still mad. That was a mad swing right there. He got a pitch he could handle in the first inning. Flew out. You could see his ire. He wears it on his sleeve. Oh, that'll make him even more mad.
Lower arm angle. Threw it inside.
That's old school right there. Barry Zito, veteran. You're going to swing that hard? Okay, swing hard at that one.
He's coming back in.
So he's got Justin right where he wants him. This is veteran versus young guy. He knows he's got Justin over swinging, so he's not going to throw him anything in the zone. He's going to pitch him out of the zone and do what pitchers call, let him get himself out.
Here comes a slow curveball. Nice job by Molina.
That's a good job by Justin Upton.
Now, according to Jason Kendall,
down a little bit.
According to Jason, sorry, Gracie, to jump in there, but just popped into my head. That's where he's seen the biggest difference in Justin this year to last. He said there would never have been that calm down at all.
Really?
Jason Kendall said, I've seen a little bit more maturity in that area. Not wailing at that pitch. Changeup is away.
See, now he's got it to a 3-2 count.
It was a high and away changeup that Justin tried to pull and flew out in the first inning. He's selling him on everything. A cut fastball, he popped it up. Molina gave him curveball. He said, no, I want to throw him a cutter, and he got it. You by Triple Hops Brewed Miller Lite. Great taste. Less filling. Our Aflac trivia question, Gracie, you are going to love this one.
There's no doubt in my mind I will.
Here it is. Name the 5 Giants pitchers to start the All-Star game and to do so all time. The All-Star game. Of course, talking about San Francisco Giants.
Okay, no New York Giants.
No New York Giants. Like Big Daddy, Rick Rusher. He started the All-Star game. Bo Jackson took him into that deck in Anaheim.
Oh, Vida Blue had to have started an All-Star game, didn't he?
Vida Blue. And we got him. Nice job, Gracie.
Thank you.
All
right, let's move on.
1-1 the count to Travis Ishikawa.
Good job. Good job on getting Big Daddy.
Do you remember the Bo Jackson home run he hit off of him?
In Anaheim.
Was that 89?
I believe that was 88 or no, 89. It was in Chicago. It was at Wrigley Field, so it definitely wasn't 89.
88, maybe. 88 Anaheim. Next year it's in Anaheim again. That one is low. That's ball 4.
All right. Come on, Catfish. Throw some strikes.
Pablo Sandoval picked up a single back in the 3rd inning. Buckner was able to work around that. I'm still having a hard time getting over the walk to Barry Zito back in the 2nd.
You're having trouble moving beyond that, aren't you?
I am.
Well, it was probably about 12 extra pitches in his arsenal he had to throw.
That's why.
He's already about to throw pitch number 75 here, and we're in the 4th inning.
A double play here erases it from my memory, as that is high. 1-0 the count.
And you promised to never talk about it again if he gets a double play ball here, right?
That's exactly right.
All right, good job.
And he can do it. He has rolled up a bushel full, as we have told you. 13 this year, 5 in a game, as he grips that spike curveball. In on the hand, good pitch.
That ball would have hit Aaron Rowland right in the belly button if he didn't swing at it.
Last time out at San Diego, 6 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 8 strikeouts. So he comes right back in there. He did hit him in the belly button that time.
So a walk, and now a hit batsman. Boy.
Boy, is that great, by the way. Look at the smile there, Roberto Kelly, when he gets there. I mean, he did not budge. If anything, eased into it just a bit.
Just got his jersey.
Talking about the bunt defense for a moment. How about Atlee Hammaker? Atlee Hammaker starting an All-Star game.
Well, I think that's a correct answer, isn't it?
No, he gave up a grand slam, though.
I thought he started.
Freddie Lynn.
I thought he started the All-Star game.
I'm told he did not start. That one is bunted. Under the line. Fires in time for the out. Beautiful bunt.
Okay. Nicely done there by Barry Zito. That's winning baseball right there. If a pitcher's going to help you out by walking people and hitting people, well, help yourself by dropping a good sacrifice bunt and setting up the top of your order.
That one bounces in there. 1-0 the count to Eugenio Velez. Topper, and it's a foul ball, trying to come up big. 1-1 the count. Velez reached on an error back in the first inning by the first baseman Brandon Allen, and then he singled right past Allen in the second inning. Reynolds in, even with the bag at third. Outfield very shallow. Bounce out. He keeps going that way. Diving play. Roberts just saved a run. A run scores to tie the game, but Ryan Roberts with a diving play. Rowan has to stay put. A huge second out.
What a play by Ryan Roberts.
Second baseman Kevin
Well, just a full extension and saving a run, as you said. Roberts with an error earlier in the ball game that led to a run. Well, now he just saved one. Great play.
Nice block there. 1-0 the count. Kevin Franzen. 2-2 the score. Franzen coming on for Freddie Sanchez. A twisted left knee. That pitch is outside, and the count 2-0. 83 pitches here in the fourth inning for Buckner.
Nice pitch there.
How was that cut fastball?
Yeah, that was a nice one. He picked a good time to break it out. You know, I got a text from Matt Williams. He has a guess for the Giants, and I know this is a educated guess. He was a great Giant. And his guess is William Van Landingham.
Wow, that's a shame.
I remember facing William Van Landingham.
Yeah, I thought for sure that's the right answer.
Well, I knew for a fact it wasn't.
Trying to make Matt feel better.
It's a terrible guess, Matt.
The 3-1.
Wow.
Cut fastball again. I'm going to go with not Matt Cain, but the man just peeking in the. Oh, Tim Lincecum.
Very good. This year, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm. How about after the 0-2 World Series, the Giants played the Angels. It was a good start to the season. for Jason Schmidt. How about Jason Schmidt in 03?
And folks, I just want to tell you that Darren cheated on every one of those answers.
Sliced. Roberts is there. Boy, it knuckled on him. A couple of fine plays by Ryan Roberts.
William Van Landingham will be happy with that.
Well, no, he won't. To come in, Juan Marichal starting games for the San Francisco Giants. Jason Schmidt, Rick Russell, and Marichal did it a couple of times. Boy, what a great question. Nothing? I get nothing from you?
Well, it wasn't a bad question.
Curveball swung on. 0-2 the count. Just got a guess kind of after the fact from Greg Swindell.
What was it?
The 0-2. That pitch is high and away. Well, he wanted to guess, and I thought it was interesting because I'm trying to recall and rewind, but he wanted to guess Randy Moffett.
Randy Moffett? He was terrible. Oh, Zeke.
And Ken Digger Phelps, who's analyzing on the post, he just checked in a little bit late after the fact. And
what do you
that
have
one
to
is
say?
fouled off. Well, he was thinking around the same year that Marichal did some great work. He wanted to guess. Well, I can't even read it. Hang on. Ron Bryant was who he wanted to guess.
Mercy. Oh, Digger.
Didn't mean to, and he fouls it off. Hey, by the way,
Digger's a good man, but that was an awful guess.
There's his producer, Gregson Frampton, laughing, and I mean just laughing at the fact that
belly laughing.
That his look at the producer just taunting the analyst. Brad's trying not to laugh too. The 1-2. In on the hands, popped up. Want to remind everyone, if a D-back homers this inning and hits the Gila River Casino's hit and win sign here in the 4th inning, a lucky fan watching will win $750,000, $750,000. Steve Baum is our contestant. Visit dbacks.com/hit-and-win or winGilaRiver.com online. Curveball is high. Brand new hotel opening up at the end of October. You've seen it, I'm sure, driving down I-10. Beautiful hotel and casino opening up. The new Wild Horse Pass. 2-2.
Pretty good at bat right here by Reynolds on Zito.
Mark homered. 99 runs batted in, but also 92 runs scored now as he edges closer to the magical 100-100. Not to mention 24 stolen bases. There's that one.
Big time at bat right there by Mark Reynolds.
His ball four. Zito didn't cave in, and Reynolds didn't at all budge. Want to remind all of you about the fine promotion, 30-30 for the Diamondbacks. Congratulations to Ernie Feliz. He picks up dinner and tickets to watch the game with President and CEO Derek Hall. He's also won free valet parking for the entire 2010 season. Now, if you're a season ticket holder, renew today. You could be the lucky winner of a Fiesta Bowl VIP package. For a complete list of prizes and winners, visit dbacks.com/STH. Here's Ryan Roberts with nobody out. Down the line, that one goes. Roberts is on the move. Mark Reynolds right out front looking for the extra bags. Out at third. Eugenio Velez over, fired it in, and Sandoval popped it down on his counterpart.
Well, what a perfect throw there. All the momentum, one hop right on the button to get a diving, sprawling Reynolds, and for some reason Ryan Roberts stayed at first base.
And with all that developing, Sandoval ended up falling down. So now Eric Burns. Driving Roberts back to the bag. Burns, he struck out back in the first inning. The injuries, the frustrations, the lack of production. Certainly it has to have worn on this veteran who worked so hard to get to this point in his career with regard to playing off the bench, being a utility player. 2007, where would this club have been without the 50 stolen bases, the 286 to 21 homers? In 08 and 09 combined, a 211 hitter.
Well, that one hanging changeup right there.
Fluttered right in there, as you said, at the belt, a changeup.
That would have been, looking back on it, probably a fun one to take a whack at.
In 1-1 the count. As we talked about in the open, you think ahead to next year's starting rotation and who goes where, and where a guy like Buckner and or Davis, a free agent, may be able to fit in. Got to wonder where Eric Burns fits in next year, what his role will be. He's under contract. That one has popped up. And Sandoval is there to put that one away, so Eric 0 for 2. You and I were doing a brief interview before the game. One of the great fan sites, AZ Snake Pit, that covers this game. And the question was posed, well, what one thing heading into next year is most important?
What was your answer?
You can't give one thing. I mean, when a club has struggled like this, and that's when I'm speaking about Eric and speaking about, you know, the decisions to be made, and it's going to be a challenging winter. Now, there are talented core athletes on this club. There's no doubt about that. Players like Mark Reynolds and Justin Upton, offensively Miguel Montero, that other teams would covet. But when you look at this team and you say, all right, the Diamondbacks expected to be doing big things at 65 and 85 right now, there can't be just one thing. That was a big question mark, though.
Number 17, yes.
If he's not able to go next season.
Webb, yeah, if he's not in a Diamondbacks uniform next year, or if he's unable because he's hurt, that's a huge one. My answer to that very same question, Darren, was I actually did give one thing that I think has to be done for the Diamondbacks to be competitive. They've got to find a way to do a better job of catching the baseball next year.
Agreed.
Only one team in all of baseball is worse statistically defensively than the Diamondbacks, and that's the Washington Nationals. So they got to find a way. Josh Burns got to find a way, along with A.J. Hinch and along with the staff. Find some better leather out there.
1-2 the count with 2 outs. 133 career victories for Barry Zito against 105 losses. Popped up and into the seats it goes. But I think the answer to that is not just more work. I think it's a combination of more work, more experience, and maybe some different people. I don't think the answer is just more work, because these players already try and they work hard.
Yeah, that's true. And a retort to that is this is a results league.
I agree. Got away with the curveball that was up in the zone. Zito was there. He makes the play for the out. We're tied at 2 through 4 at Chase.
The 2001 World Series. I think I was interviewing Joe Garagiola about the series, trying to put it in perspective, and then Mark Gray showed up. And since yesterday was all about Joe, and I didn't get a chance to work here yesterday, and I just saw the broadcast wing of the press box in his name, I thought we'd throw the Geico quote out there from Joe Garagiola, who said once, not only was I not the best catcher in the major leagues, I wasn't even the best catcher on my block. And, that just
why is that?
Because he lived on the block with a guy by the name of Yogi Berra.
Exactly.
And that just speaks to the great humility, I think, Darren, that he brings and has brought to every single thing that he's ever done.
Agreed.
And it was a pleasure watching you guys yesterday, and the ovation and the interview in the booth, and there's a flight out to right field.
He seemed good, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, and he was so moved when he saw this.
That's the hallway, folks, directly behind our booth. And a classy walk down memory lane. This is now the Joe Garagiola broadcast wing.
Can you imagine if you didn't know that was coming when you turned the corner? I don't care if you've interviewed John Lennon and Paul McCartney on the same show. That would cause you to pause, I would think, and it sure looked like it did.
It was just good to have him back. We miss him.
He actually, when pressed a little bit. You know us in this seat. We'll press you a little bit. Said,
Heard that, yeah.
Well,
said,
now and then.
I'll be back.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have him back next year.
Makes everybody a little better.
We could only be that fortunate.
And it's something he is bound and determined to do. As he would only say when I said, so you're coming back next year, or I said, are you coming back? He said, I'll be here Tuesday. So we'll take a look up above on Tuesday as that one is chopped foul. Boy, that's great video. I have never seen that.
What's that?
That's
Mark
incredible. Yes.
I as long as I live, will never forget.
I probably horned in on another interview, didn't I, Tom?
Well, I just got out of the way because I was asking Joe, I think at that moment, if he could put what we just saw in perspective in his mind's eye in his many, many years of covering Major League Baseball. Where did he put that World Series? I mean, the confetti was still falling to the ground. The fireworks were still going off. I was thinking Red Sox, Reds, 75, and some of the other epic World Series that we had seen along the way. And obviously seeing the Yankees and Pirates in 1960 and Bill Mazeroski, on and on and on. Where did he put it? And I believe as he was answering, Mark just figured that we needed to talk to him. And they just had a conversation. And I just wanted to get out of the way. It was a moment in time. There was a line of cameras outside that Diamondbacks dugout, every local camera you could possibly imagine, from every local television station. The national show, it just ended. The celebration.
Yeah. Joe and I just sat there and started talking baseball.
Never forget it.
I had just finished bawling.
Three and two, the count to Pablo Sandoval.
I'll never forget that interview either.
No,
to be honest, Todd, you and I both. And it was with an icon.
Yep.
Driven down the line, that one goes. Sandoval off the top of the wall. That's incredible.
That boy can hit.
To hit a ball that hard the other way, that nearly was a homer.
And it hit the top of the wall down the left field line about 330 feet away. Bang. That boy can hit.
There's a spirit to him, too. Watching him throughout that locker room, he never stops. The energy is always there. Benji Molina right back through the box. Does that so well. Sandoval comes on down. The throw to the plate, not in time. 3-2 the score. Molina with 75 RBIs this year. Knees bothering, banged up arm. Benji Molina in that starting lineup. That's what he does best right there.
Well, when you need a W, and the Giants do, lean on your boys, and that is Pablo Sandoval, and then be driven in by Benji Molina.
So a visit to the mound here by Mel Stottlemyre Jr. And again from yesterday, Todd taking us right back down memory lane. Joe and his lovely wife, Audrey Rose, and their wedding photo. And then a huge, huge standing ovation down below. Interesting how a nation was so comfortable with the person and his presentation, whether it was making them laugh, giving away prizes, or doing big interviews. But now, as I've been educated in my 3 years here listening to you guys, a region has adopted him. He's ours now. And we're lucky.
Credit Scott Geyer for driving that home.
You bet.
He did a heck of a job doing that.
We've got our vice president of broadcaster and a longtime director for Diamondbacks TV prior to that.
Well, I'm sure you felt it because you were sitting here calling games, but I just remember my first game with a microphone. I throwing it back up to the booth and realizing I just threw it up to Joe. You kidding me?
Yeah, exactly. That had to be a thrill.
Are you kidding me?
Back to you, Joe. Huh? Excuse me, what? Did I just say that?
Yeah.
But yet he never wants you to be in awe of him.
No. Because he has the ability to make you comfortable around him, so you're not in awe of him. And, you know, Darren, I don't know if Todd and I are almost identical age. We were fortunate enough to grow up at the game of the week on every Saturday with Tony Kubek and Joe Garagiola. And it didn't matter who was playing, Darren. It didn't matter if it was your favorite team or not. You watched because those guys were so magnificent that they made you a baseball fan.
He's part of the soundtrack of our youth.
Sure.
I'm not shy about saying that. Couldn't wait for that game of the week. Could not wait for Saturday
Exactly.
afternoon.
And you grew up a Yankee fan. I grew up a Cardinal fan. And like I said, it didn't have to be the Yankees.
No.
It could have been Boston and you'd have watched just because it was them.
And I didn't have to mow the lawn because I got to watch the game.
Good point.
And then, you know, if it would go long, then the sun would come down and it might rain and I could put it off till Sunday.
Oh, I like that.
That was solid.
Yeah.
Don't like to mow the lawn.
Your father was the same way.
Yes,
Saturday was lawn day for us.
Poked into center field. It's a base hit. Juan Uribe. That was a cut fastball down and away. It fooled him in the sense that it was an awkward swing, but he still manages a base hit.
Well, after a quick out to start the inning, old Catfish has given up back-to-back base hits.
He's going to get a
A.J.
visit.
Hinch has seen enough.
Hinch makes his way to the mound. And we will step aside. 3-2 the score. The good news is the Diamondbacks are still in this ball game. Forward to open the eyes, and when you do it 4 or 5 times in a row to finish the season, now 5 good starts in a row, 5 dependable starts in a row. That's something where heading into spring, you're considered an option. Well, tonight a step backwards.
Well, yes, but at the end of the day, was it though? Because they ended up throwing over 100 pitches, but because he had to throw over 30 pitches in the first inning because of 2 errors behind him.
True.
That could have easily been like a 15-pitch inning, and he could still be out there.
So to use your logic, and I'm right along with you, you're talking about now a chance to maybe go 6 innings and give up a run or 2. All right.
Exactly.
Very good point.
So, and I'm not saying he would have scooted through 6 innings. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that maybe at the end of the day he might get a mulligan for that.
He will get another chance, probably 2 more throughout the rest of the year. He doesn't show himself, Billy Buckner, as Ishikawa against Rosales in a 1-1 count. as he did early on. There's no doubt about that. I mean, he battled almost kind of knee-knocking nervousness. You know, he wasn't anything resembling the pitcher he was in the minor leagues, and those days are now gone for Buckner. You can see a guy that's showing back end of rotation capabilities. The 2-1 outside.
He's certainly going to get a long look next spring. As he did this spring. Well, there might be a bullpen job available for him next year.
The 3-1. Fouls that one back to the screen. 3-2 the count. Still can't believe Frank Caliendo picked the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Not real happy with Frank about that. That's all right. They got theirs.
And Marty Tarr, Johnny on the spot of director Frank Bang right there.
That's Marty.
Is he in the fancy seats, Frank, by the way? That's ball 4. All right, Frank, this is for you, pal. You ready? All season long, Fox Sports Arizona is your place to be for Arizona Cardinals football coverage.
Yes.
Tonight it's the Cardinals overtime at 10 o'clock after the game. Then on Wednesday, it's Cardinals headquarters at 10:30. One network, all the coverage. It's Fox Sports Arizona.
And they get to beat the Indianapolis Colts this coming Sunday in a night game.
Night game?
Yeah. Sunday night on. And they are out there at Cardinals / University of Phoenix / Stadium.
Yeah? Wow, that'd be a great game. Night game.
Yeah.
5 o'clock?
5:20.
5:20. You're there.
You bet your tomatoes I'm there.
The 1-0. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count. So straight out there. Are you going to helicopter it out from the ballpark?
Oh, no. Nope.
Town car. Limo.
Oh, no.
No?
No, just driving.
Real?
Just driving.
Big time? Big star like yourself?
No.
Diva car, maybe?
No.
Horse-drawn carriage?
White horses, yes.
The 1-1. High fly ball belted center field. Young going back. Looking up. He's got it. He's got it. They got a shot at maybe 2. A run does score. In Benji Molina, 4-2 the score. That's a tough play up under the balcony, plus add in a circuitous route, but he's there.
And as you said, he makes a nice grab. And then it's time to get it back in, almost doubled up. Juan Uribe at second base. So a very long, loud out.
Here's Barry Zito. Zito has yet to have an official plate appearance, or I should say at bat, because he dropped down a sac bunt in the 4th and a walk that I never got beyond in the 2nd. A lot of you folks struggling with that walk as well. Waves it a pitch away. 0-2 the count.
That was a good swing. Don't know how he missed the ball there.
Pretty close, wasn't it?
No. It was awful. But he's a good pitcher.
And he leads it now 4-2. 6 hits for the Giants, 4 for the Diamondbacks. That off the plate just a bit, according to Kerwin Danley. Love your story about Kerwin Danley and his exploits as a baseball player at San Diego State. And the thing that pops into my head is he wasn't drafted, and he's going to have yet a much longer career in the major leagues than if he would have played. And good for him. Hit on the ground out to Stephen Drew, who sets and fires in time for the out. A couple of runs chased Billy Buckner, but helping out Chris Young out there in center field. A direct route to the ball like Gracie to the football game in his town car on Sunday.
Won't be a
Up high, this is our APS rooftop solar camp. Gotta manage that bill. Put solar panels on the roof of your home. Sticker shock. It reminded me to put those solar panels up there. I'm getting going.
Save some money.
And you can heat that pool. You can take a swim even in the wintertime. Right now, Power Sports Pool Camp. Hello?
Hey, guys.
Hey, good to have them out there. We know they can hear us. Oh, they always give a big wave up here. Hey there, guys.
Hello?
0-1 the count to John Hester. Well, that bit never gets old.
Speakers must be down.
One of our better bits late in the season. The 0-1.
Or really all season.
0-2 the count to Hester. Zito finally getting some run support as that one is low. In 18 games this year, 18 of his 30 starts, he has had support of 2 or fewer runs. Wow. 10 of the times, no runs at all. Aaron Harang, 3.22 run support, 3.3 behind Zito. Right back to the screen, John Hester. We'll be with you tomorrow night as well. Doug Davis against Matt Cain. It's a big night. Certainly looking forward to those two pitchers working. Bay Area boy against a fabulous pitcher in the Bay Area. Alabama boy made good.
Big Matt Cain throwing hard fastballs.
Benjamin Molina was saying before the game, one of the joys about catching Matt Cain is just what you said. He said, and I quote, baseball the way it's supposed to be pitched, throwing a lot of fastballs.
I like fastballs. Man. Throw it. Like Max Scherzer throwing fastballs in the 9th inning. That's what I'm talking about.
I heard you. 3-2 the count.
I know you're not on board with me, but I'm going to keep hammering at it.
I've got a place you can take it up. That one is driven into right center field. That one will roll way to the wall, hitting hard on a line. The big fella, John Hester, in there with the double.
He just waited back on a changeup and just rifled it into right center field. Boy, that's pretty right there. That's a strong young man in John Hester.
Quick visit to the mound. You know where you can take up your sword on your discussion?
Where?
Tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's a big Redheads night, Gracie.
Is it really?
Oh, it's a huge Redheads night.
I can't wait to get out there. Sold out, I understand.
It's not yet.
No?
It's getting there, though. Oh, we're going to be out there with you folks tomorrow night. We'll come out and visit. Proceeds benefiting D-backs charity. You get the discounted ticket, you get a free T-shirt, you get the party with folks like that. We're bringing out autographed items tomorrow night. You name it, we'll have it. Autographed baseball. We're going to have an autographed jersey out there, a pitching matchup. When we come up here, I will show you the new T-shirt. Now, this one has all the colors. I mean, they went to the hip on this one. This isn't just one color here imprinted. There's only one bad thing is Luke Carlin pinch hits. Yeah, there's a new Redhead shirt, by the way, right there. Very big league. And then on the other side, that's the bad thing, the two mugs right there.
Oh, yeah. That's
very scary. A couple of meatheads.
Oh,
there it is. So anyway, that's tomorrow night. We're going to have all kinds of prizes.
Last chance to get out there with us.
That's it.
I mean, I want every wacko in the valley out there.
I've got a tie-in,
faces
too.
Painted and, I mean.
There's a baseball crazy fan tie-in that you weren't around to hear about. I'm about to tell you about it. Cowboy hats are welcome because we do give contracts to fans in cowboy hats.
As are cowbells.
Sure. The 1-1.
Well, you got to get all in with me there. Cowbells aren't welcome?
No, they are. Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't they be? Right?
Well, it should be. There you go. Attaboy, Darren. I love it when you get on board with me.
The 2-1. You're not going to get this kind of stuff on most telecasts, folks. We promise you that.
Ooh, wow. See, I need some hair like that out there.
Shane Victorino here at the ball game.
Good to have Shane on his off day. Flying Hawaiian.
Good luck in October, Shane. 3-1 the count to Carlin. I'm about to tell you the treat, as that one is low. It's ball 4. You see, tomorrow night, if you attend the Redheads game, Grace, you get this fine-looking T-shirt. This T-shirt will walk your tail in for free to the very first game, October 13th in Scottsdale, the opening of the Arizona Fall League. Walk right in for free, right here with this shirt on, for free. Now we've been doing some negotiating with the Fall League representatives. We want more than that. We want maybe a couple other free nights with the one T-shirt.
Well, sure.
Are you okay with that?
Absolutely. I'm all in.
I mean, October 13th, you go, Scottsdale, great ballpark, enjoy. You're going to see Ryan Augenstein, Brandon Allen is there, Pedro Siriaco from the Diamondbacks organization. You'll see them all there doing their thing. Steven Strasburg pitching in the Fall League, by the way. See him in the Arizona Fall League. Anyway, this Redhead shirt, Redheads night at the Fall League, October 13th. I take it that's a Tuesday night, as that's strike one. Very appropriate. So, as Bobby Howry warns, there's a lot going on.
You going to go to some Fall League games?
Absolutely.
You like those, huh?
Love it. Daytime and nighttime. Check my schedule. I got it right here. Curveball and a dandy.
Big time pitch right there.
And Scorpions.
Scottsdale Scorpions.
Scottsdale Scorpions. Rafters. Javelinas. That one is down. It is in Solar Sox. Diamondbacks Club, by the way, in Scottsdale, sharing players with the Rockies, the Phillies, the Pirates, and the Giants.
Really? That's a lot of sharing.
2-2 the count. I'm all in with you, by the way, from earlier. Sorry I hesitated. Was out on the fence for a moment. There's Brett Butler, Bugsy, manager in AAA Reno this year. 2-2. Changeup. And a dandy.
So an unproductive out there from Chris Young. Fellas stay on first and second.
Taking a look at the playoff picture, and you can see it looks to be that it's going to wrap up like this. Of course, the Tigers, the only ones with a little bit of angst. They have a lead of 3 games on top of the Minnesota Twins, and as Gracie shared with me yesterday, 4 games left between the Detroit Tigers and Minnesota Twins.
I apologize for the dub, but
you had to do it.
I had to do it.
Had a long talk with the voice of the Detroit Tigers today. Driving in, Mario and Pemba.
Did you?
Works with former Diamondbacks broadcaster Rod Allen. They're not comfortable yet.
Well, they shouldn't be. Minnesota has come from the clouds. Huge win yesterday. And Steven having trouble so far this evening with Barry Zito. He struck out and hit into a double play. He sits in an 0-2 hole.
Oh, and 2 the count. Outside, and it's 1-2 to Stephen Drew. Struck out, rolled into a double play. So we'll see you out there tomorrow night.
Can't wait for a good redhead section. It's big league.
Trying to fight back Drew. Slow curveball, bouncing ball. Opting to get the lead runner as he headed to the bag. He did not step on the bag at first. He did not step on the bag at first. And everybody said Ishikawa made the play, was on his way to the bag, stopped, decided to get that lead runner with a force out. Everybody safe though.
Well, I wonder if that's going to go as an error on Wanya Ribe. This is a good play by Ishikawa by electing to go. And this is a good throw. It just gets dropped, flat out dropped. That's a good play by Ishikawa, the first baseman. That's just hearing footsteps is what that is. So everybody's safe. Yeah, that should be the error.
Here's Justin Upton. Curveball is in. We now renew the battle between these two. Upton has been frustrated, angry, and aggressive against Zito.
And so now the Giants have opened the door. Now it's time to kick it in if you're Justin Upton.
Wide to center field on a hanging changeup, popped up to third on a cut fastball. The 1-0.
Oh, he got a hanging changeup. You see, Justin's been frustrated by Barry Zito this evening.
And Zito's been feeding off it, hasn't he?
Just a steady diet of off-speed stuff and high fastballs.
Four to 2 the score. The Giants with 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error. The Diamondbacks 2-5-2. The 1-1. Curveball high, 2-1 to count. Mark Reynolds hit his 43rd home run of the year in the first inning, a 2-run shot. That accounts for a couple of runs. A pair of runs in the 5th inning off the bat of the San Francisco Giants. RBI by Eugenio Velez as well.
Let's see if he can stay back on a changeup here. That's been the pitch Zito's been throwing to the right-handers.
He threw him the changeup down off the end of the bat. Upton dumps it in there. 1 run is in. Carlin comes on around. We're tied at 4. This time Upton reaches first without a scowl, a little bit more of a grin for the All-Star.
Well, Justin's been making a lot of adjustments, and it's all off speed. Curveball miss. Changeup, swing, curveball miss. Got the changeup, got it off the end of the bat. But that was a big time at bat by Justin Upton, and once again, we're tied.
Bruce Bochy takes the baseball from Barry Zito, who has had a fabulous second half. That does not continue tonight. What a fun battle that was to watch. Upton against Zito, 4-4 the score. Power is on. And with both pitchers, you can see the average fastball for Barry Zito. He's been right there. Billy Buckner got above his. So Zito not the velocity he wants tonight. Unable to reach back when you're not above your average fastball at all. You just didn't have it with regard to juice. Bobby Howry That's a salty veteran right there, folks, and he's been busy. 59th time this year and a respectable 3.49 ERA.
He comes in and he inherits a bit of a mess, first and third. Only one out. And the most productive hitter on the ball club he's got to face in Mark Reynolds.
Mark with a 2-run homer if you're just joining us back in the first inning. Slider down and away. It was a fastball. He was ready for it. Didn't get all of it.
But he doesn't need to.
Not at all.
And we're still way out of here.
That was down off the end, wasn't it? So he stands at 99 RBIs. Reynolds hits it oh so hard, but will be stuck for now at 99.
Oh, what a bad break for the Diamondbacks and for Mark Reynolds. A rope right at Juan Uribe. Upton barely back in. So now Ryan Roberts with his chance. Mark Reynolds got to be hating it. That was RBI number 100. That would have been. Ryan Roberts, a couple of base hits tonight. See if he can get the big hit.
Howery fires it high. 1-0 the count. The 1-0. Outside, 2-0 the count. You know, we talk about 100 as if we expected Mark to do it, because I think we all did. Sure. But you look at this franchise, it's been since Luis Gonzalez in 2003 that a Diamondback has driven in 100.
How many was that year?
In 2003, Luis Gonzalez had 104.
Yeah,
things right through it.
Got him to chase a high fastball there on a 2-0 count and threw it right by him.
Gonzo had 103 in 02. Of course, we know about 01. So I guess we won't take it for granted a little bit more with that perspective, will we, folks?
Slider there. Roberts able to lay off of it. Now a 3-1 count with Eric Burns on deck.
Three and 1 the count, 4-4 the score. Identical with runs and hits, 6 for both teams.
Boy, he took a fastball right down Broadway. Now Justin Upton will be on the run.
Full count, 2 outs. Runner takes off from first. And Justin Upton. Here he goes. Here it comes, and it's popped up. And into the seats it goes.
Howard just challenged him.
Man down below. We've really raised the standards defensively here at the ballpark. So if a fan doesn't make a play and earn a contract, he's
expectations
shamed.
are high.
He's shamed. 3-2. Upton going from first. The pitch. Didn't mean to. He was trying to hold up. Would have been ball 4. The Angels lead the Yankees 3-0. That game in the 6th inning. Much has been made for Anaheim, making a strong statement in that series. they prepare in all likelihood to play Boston in the first round. Playing well back east before October, the 3-2. High fly right field. Randy Wynn is able to make the play. Earlier tonight, Justin Upton was hacked off and frustrated by the crafty left-hander. He had one last chance before chasing him to the showers, and he did just that. Turned the water all the way up to high. Scoreboard, what a race it is turning into. As they were saying, we know it's not over yet. You can see what remains for the Twins. 2 at Chicago, 2 more, 4 at Detroit, and then 6 against Kansas City. And you can see the remainder of the year. 4-4 the score. Yusmeiro Petit coming on. And the right-hander rocks and fires, and that one is away. Tigers off tonight, obviously. And they begin a 3-game set with Cleveland, at Cleveland, then 3 at Chicago, 4 at home with Minnesota, and then 3 more at Chicago to end the season. Fly ball center field, and the play is made.
Second baseman
By Chris Young. Here's Kevin Franzen. Talking about our good friend, folks at AZ Snake Pit, one of the great fan sites out there. Some loyal fans also on the internet as well we've been keeping an eye on. They're the Giants fans at the McCovey Chronicles. It's a great website.
Chronicles.
How about that name?
I like that.
They have not given up.
Nor should they.
Recent post, when we go 13-0, it says. And Colorado only goes 8-4. Yeah, that's when it's going to be special.
13-0 they're calling, huh?
Good folks, passionate folks. Checking them out, following their lead. That one is high. We always know the loyal folks at the Diamondbacks bullpen are showing us the way.
Some good folks out there.
The 2-1. Bunts that one. They were handed. What a play by Mark Reynolds.
play by Mark Reynolds. Well, you heard him say earlier that he still has a lot to play for. He's out there to play for his teammates. Look at the gorgeous play. Just a nip Franzen at first base. Good call over there by Wally Bell.
And here's Randy Wynn. No October baseball to play for Arizona, but something with regard to pride. In their first 81 games, you can see the wild card race, by the way. Colorado 4.5 up on San Francisco, and you can see what remains for the Giants. 6 with the Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks can, instead of playing enabler as they have played, they can actually play spoiler and end things in those 6 games.
Yeah, it can start tonight.
The 2-0. But Arizona in their first 81 games, 32 and 49. 32 and 49, very forgettable, and they won 35% of their games at home. On the second set of 81 games thus far, they're 3 below, 33 and 36. It's not great. It's not going to win you a pennant, but it's better. And a chance to creep around 500 in the second half of the season. Winning at about a 56% pace in that time here at home. Petit rolls through them, 1-2-3. Rewind. Good stuff. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Folks having fun at the ballpark tonight, and we're enjoying being with you. Mark Grace, Darren Sutton, Todd Walsh, and you. And we trust you, young or old, have had a good Monday to this point. Thanks for inviting us into your home. Eric Burns in the hole, 0-1. The future's bright for that young man. There we go. It's probably better.
Nighttime. Sun's been down a while.
We are outdoors, so that's the good news.
I love it. This is such a gorgeous ballpark when the roof's open.
There we go.
Now we're talking. I know you're a guy that likes it shut, Darren. I'm an open guy.
That's enough out of you.
Oh, am I mistaken there?
Absolutely.
Oh, boy.
Love outdoor baseball. I wish in July we'd leave it open for the Saturday games at 5 o'clock.
Well, now you're starting to maybe get out of hand there a little bit.
Sunday, 1 p.m. Open them up.
Open them up. Come on. panels and all.
I
Awesome
can't
night.
wait. All-Star game 2011. Open them all up. 60,000 people jamming in here, standing room only. That one has popped up. And that one is put away. We have fun. Special Olympics is about improving health, learning, discipline, increasing confidence, earning respect, and making new friends. If you'd like to donate, volunteer, or participate, visit SpecialOlympicsArizona.org, and you can make a difference in an athlete's life. What a wonderful cause that is, and you want to talk about rewarding. And that one is fouled back. 0-1 the count. For the score. As that one dives outside. The 1-1. Bounce that one in there.
Well, after a first pitch fastball, Darren, Allen had a huge rip, fouled it straight back, and that talked Bobby Howery into back-to-back off-speed pitches. Now it's back to a fastball count. Let's see if he comes after Allen again with the fastball. Change up, got him off the end of the bat for an easy fly ball. Just off the end of the bat.
And so now, with 2 away here in the bottom half of the 6th inning, here's John Hester. Hester put a beautiful pass on a pitch away and double. The ball that scooted right up to the wall in right center field.
Good fastball to the outside corner there by Howery.
With Chris Snyder out for the remainder of the season with lingering injuries. As you can see, Daniel Schlereth warming in the pen. He came off 2 of his best innings in the big leagues the other day. But with Snyder out, this has been a wonderful chance, even if it's once a week, for John Hester to at least show that he may belong.
Absolutely. Show your stuff. You never know what happens in the offseason. Well, Miguel Montero certainly having a big year, but going to need a backup.
Off the end of the bat. That one's in there for a base hit. Slider. And was looking to pull it just a bit, but not too much. And because of that, the approach right back through the middle found its way into center field.
He just doesn't try to do too much with the baseball. That's just called taking what the pitcher gives you. Just a nice smooth swing right back up the bat, box off the end of the bat, and Bruce Bochy going to make a move.
All right, then. We'll step aside.
He's got to manage every game like it's the 7th game of the World Series.
No, you're exactly right. mention assist of the game. You bet, a fine assist here in the 4th inning. Eugenio Velez on the money to the Kung Fu Panda, Pablo Sandoval, and Mark Reynolds gunned down. Velez, a guy that has proven to play anywhere. Got great speed, and I'll tell you what an asset he has turned out to be, that he can play second, short, he can play third, and now in the outfield as well.
In any of the outfield spots.
So moving along now, as Dan Runsler goes to work for the 7th time in the major leagues. As you said, this is a game that, and all of them here, have to be managed like this is it. Elimination day.
Well, Runsler, a new left-hander. So far, a pretty good campaign. Hadn't given up a run, but you see 4 walks in 5 innings. Walks will get you in trouble at this level, especially late walks, because they always tend to score.
Very much proven as he fires a strike. 0-1 the count. 6'4", 230, moving through the Giants system this year. This is a young man that started the season, how about this, in Single A Augusta. That's a Sally League, folks. And good for him as that one is fouled off. 0-2 the count. He jumped from Single A Augusta to the Cali League in San Jose, to the Eastern League, Double A Connecticut, and then to the PCL, Triple A Fresno. All 4 stops this year.
He's had a few apartments.
He definitely has. By the way, in that time, 5-0 with a 0.76 ERA coming out of the pen.
Well, no wonder.
I thought you'd like that. I thought those numbers might jump out at you. You can't claim him as your guy, though.
Well, it just kind of depends on what he does tonight. You know I'm a front runner.
Back to the bag, that one goes. Well, you talk about bouncing through the system.
Where's this big fella from?
He is from Riverside, California. So when he was born, he grew up in Southern California. The 1-2. Ground ball, and that'll do it. And he now continues in his 5th spot this year to do very good work.
Well, he's my guy.
Oh, boy. Oh, unbelievable.
Show, but we're kicking off our last week of pregame shows in grand fashion on our final show on Friday, on our final game show, the game with no name. Danny Zalisco, kind enough to give us, can I have my U2 tickets, please? We're giving away a pair of tickets to see the sold-out concert event of the year at the University of Phoenix Stadium. U2, we're dreaming up a contest in which I'm going to drop a lyric during the course of one of the next couple of telecasts to get our contestants. But there's more to the story. Danny, can you describe what's in this envelope?
There's tickets to just about every show we're doing in the next couple of weeks in there.
And tomorrow, you don't mind if I go up in Darren and Mark's Redhead section and make some people really happy?
I think that would make them happy, and I want you to be that guy.
Thank you for letting me be that guy.
It's all right, Todd Walsh.
Thanks. So what do we got in here? We got Chicken Foot.
Chicken Foot is Wednesday night over at the Dodge.
We're giving those away tomorrow night.
Filming a huge DVD that night. There's going to be about 100 cameras in there, and you got the people from American Idol setting up the whole shoot. And it's a big deal.
Bonnie Raitt tickets will be given away tomorrow night.
Bonnie Raitt tickets for Thursday night at the Dodge.
AC/DC.
They're on the 1st of October, next Thursday.
The Doors are coming to the Phoenix Symphony.
Well, it's actually Robbie and Ray from the Doors, the keyboard player and the guitar.
Ray Manzarek and Robbie Krieger.
Awesome.
This is like a Sopranos envelope. Have you seen how thick this thing is, Darren? This is like somebody just gave me some walking around money. Look at this.
That's
Watch
wonderful.
this.
Tell Danny he's my friend.
He knows that.
Well, we love Danny.
We don't want to go there. Once again, though.
Love to have him on anytime.
Why don't you just bring him on up here, Todd?
You need some things to do in the off season, do you?
Oh, man, we love Danny.
You too?
Are you going to the U2 show?
I could use another ticket.
You could?
Oh, thanks. Thanks,
Okay,
Todd.
thanks, so anyways, U2 tickets on the final pregame show on Friday. There'll be a contest to find the contestant over the next couple of days. I might mention a U2 lyric, and it's going to involve Twitter. That's all I know so far, Darren.
That one is lined and ball, but it's a foul ball. Into the Redhead section, where tomorrow night Todd Walsh will be giving away concert tickets, courtesy Danny Zalesko.
Tell you what, it's nice of Todd to ask for another ticket for me.
Yeah, can we bring Danny up here? I was just kind of eyeing the Loggins and Messina date as well at the Dodge Theater.
Darren wants Loggins and Messina.
Tell him he's in.
Dodge Theater.
I didn't know they were on the road. They're on the road?
They're on the road. They're going to be at the Dodge on October 17th.
Everyone laughs at my request.
Who's opening the show?
Who's opening?
Yeah.
Who's opening?
Messina.
Oh, do you know who's opening, Darren?
Hang
He
on.
doesn't know.
No,
he doesn't. Oh, he doesn't know either.
Richie Furay from Poco.
Really?
Poco. Are you Springfield? Look at that shot, Darren.
That one is belted to right field. Justin is there. And that one is put away.
Loggins and Messina.
Everyone always laughs at my requests, you know. AC/DC and you too. I say Loggins and Messina, and they laugh at me. Golly.
Who?
Steely Dan?
Steely Dan.
Yes, Steely Dan.
I love
Now
Steely
we're doing-
Dan.
No, you're making fun of me.
No, Steely Dan's big league.
A19. That's all I have to say.
Steely Dan. Ricky, don't lose that number.
You don't want to call nobody else.
Do you know any Loggins and Messina lyrics, Todd?
No,
I turned the channel.
No, you know
I
what?
don't either.
Black Crows. They're coming to town.
Now they're big league.
No, we won't talk about the Black Crows. I'll tell you about that later.
Okay,
someday.
so we
I
don't
guess they're
talk
coming
about
to town.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
we won't mention that.
October 22nd. but
Gordon
we'll talk about
Lightfoot. David
Wait a minute.
Cook.
Gordon Lightfoot's coming to town?
Oh, yeah.
I'm coming in. The Edmund Fitzgerald is coming to town?
Kidding. Is that one of Gracie's favorites?
Yes, he's singing Sundown.
The wreck of the
Is
Edmund
he really?
Fitzgerald.
Yes, he is.
I love that. Gracie should come to that one. I mean, he was coming to Buffett. Remember that?
I do. That's why I didn't want to go there.
Off on that one?
He did.
Yeah, I got the night off. I came with the boss.
Okay, guys, so you two on Friday. Tomorrow, Redheads, I will take care of the masses for you, Darren, and for you, Mark. okay?
Redheads prizes. You know what? That's great for the Redheads and you too for all the fans, but we just care about us. So
Loggins and Messina and
Loggins
Gordon
and
Lightfoot. I'll
Messina.
dial you up.
Don't worry, there's plenty of good seats available for those.
you know what? Also AC/DC, by the way. That's my other request. I just got that one from a little birdie in my phone. As that one is high, 2-2 the count, make it 3-1, I should say. I'm all distracted. Little feet. Bouncing ball. That one's gobbled up. And in time for the out.
Gordon Lightfoot. Now that's good stuff.
Shortstop, Juan Uribe.
You too. I tell you what, that Todd Walsh knows.
I think
some
Todd's
people.
got the market cornered on the U2.
He
seats.
knows people, though. I mean,
Yeah.
he really does. Breaking ball dives low, and our apologies to Daniel Schlereth. Daniel, we got a little bit excited about concerts for just a moment there.
No, Daniel's selling himself out there, though.
Well, he did in his last outing as well.
Yeah, he's got 2 quick outs.
Daniel, we were watching the last time that he worked and talking about a couple of scoreless innings, not just 1 but 2, the only time he's done it in the big leagues. And it was 6 up and 6 down.
Oh, baby, look at that breaking ball there. Juan Uribe got a heaping helping of a hook there. 1 and 2.
But in that outing, he went 2 hitless innings a couple of days ago against Colorado. 16 pitches in 2 innings. Hitless. The 1-2. Breaking ball belted down the line. High off that wall. Foul ball. Foul ball is the call. That is a foul ball. Time was called by Uribe. Angel Campos right on top of it.
Tim Flannery having a little bit of a conversation with Angel Campos. Now Bruce Bochy. It's a very good call. A very good call by Angel Campos.
Not an easy one.
Not at all.
So we go to work again.
One of those mini nooks here at Chase Field. Occasional cranny.
Oh, kind of like an English muffin, you're saying.
Yes.
Ballpark, I like it.
Yes.
With the butter dripping in between the nooks and crannies.
Yes. Thomas's. That's that little nook. Over in right field, it's the cranny.
Did he go? He did not on that one. It makes it a little bit more challenging for an umpire. You know, we always talk about how many times we take a look. And if it takes 2, 3, 4 replays and an umpire got it right, these new unique ballparks are tougher to umpire.
They are very difficult. You're right.
That one is a tapper foul.
Especially the home runs now, like for instance in left field here at Chase. It's tough to tell if it's fan interference, maybe somebody reaching out over right behind Eric Burns.
Up foul, and that one rattles around. I want to quote our good friend of the show, Kenny Loggins. It's kind of like the house at Pooh Corner.
3-2 is the count now on Juan Uribe. Daniel Schlereth looking to have another clean inning, another 1-2-3 inning. He's going to kick and fire. Got him with the fastball. Daniel Schlereth just continues to shine here down the stretch.
No highway to the danger zone there.
tonight. What do you got for us?
We're going to talk a little bit about starting pitching and what we can expect for next year, so stay tuned.
Talking about Brandon Webb and also maybe that 4th or 5th spot in that rotation.
Yeah, that's going to probably be the main thrust of it tonight, and it all starts with Brandon Webb.
And let's hope this team can get the win, guys. We'll send it back to you. We'd like some tickets as well. Loggins and Messina, heck, anything. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Oh, plenty of good seats for that one.
Well, it's been made clear to me at home. I love that, Kristen. AC/DC is the only way to go.
Atta girl, Kristen.
She's setting me straight.
You know what? It's good to see that Kristen also is kind of coming around to my way of thinking.
That's exactly right.
Along with that.
She said, you're on your own, pal, on the Loggins and Messina. One more mention, she's changing the channel. The 1-0 to Chris Young is a strike. 1-1 the count.
Yeah, Kristen also informed me via text that she likes that new quality start, the 7 innings.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, she's
well, we
right
decided that as a family.
Did you?
That was a family decision.
What did Lily have to say about that? Your 5-year-old.
Well, she said that we're raising up soft pitchers, and that if you set the bar low, well, everyone will grab them, and 6 innings will be acceptable.
Good for Lily.
She said in 2nd grade, we know math. Go 7 innings.
Yeah, that girl Lily.
1-2 the count.
I sold her short. She's already in 2nd grade. Man, she's getting old right before our very eyes.
She is old. I mean to gov you there. 1-2 the count.
Well, it really wasn't a gub, but
yeah. 4-game series in Detroit. 4-4 the score. All our bits, they never get old. This young left-hander.
2 more weeks of them.
Out of UC Riverside. Produced Troy Percival as well. Boy, good pitch. A lot to like about this arm. It just is amazing, though, how a young man can start. I mean, as far as full seasons go, that's the lowest level where he started.
It's amazing.
A 9th round pick, 284th overall pick, and a 7-base hit, Chris Young.
Well, that's the 2nd base hit of the evening for Chris Young, 3rd time on base. So speed on the base pass here in the bottom of the 7th. There's Thunder Dan.
And now Stephen Drew. Drew continues to have to fight and scrap against left-handed pitching. Way in at 3rd is Sandoval. That pitch is high. 92 miles an hour. Not by much. Look at Pablo breathing right down his neck.
Ishikawa, Ishikawa, a very good first baseman defensively. So Chris Young on any bunt going to have to really get on his horse to get to 2nd base. I like going to first base here. Right now, Sandoval's right in his shorts. Ishikawa at first has to hold the runner on, so he's 90 feet away.
Still a tall task here. Lefty on lefty. A strike over the outside corner. 1-1 the count. For the Giants, 4 runs, 6 hits, and an error with skipper A.J. Hinch looking on. For the Diamondbacks, 4 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. There's your go-ahead run. The 1-1. Breaking ball, bunted foul. Hard slider. 1-2 the count.
I would imagine they're going to take the bunt off. Probably let him swing it and drive it in the gap.
Struck out, grounded out. Reached on a fielder's choice. Ishikawa stays put at first. Sandoval back a few steps, still in front of the bag at third. High breaking ball nearly hit him over through that one.
Missed him.
Two and two the count. High pop, left field. And for Steven, the struggles continue. Just 3 for his last 42 against left-handed pitchers.
No kidding. I didn't know it was that anemic.
Shearholz comes on, so we're going to step aside. Young left-hander put it himself very nicely. Bright future ahead. Look at the youngsters hanging out, enjoying the ball game. Young man keeping score. The youngsters there in the hot dog race. I was relish, it says. Oh, leave her alone now. You know, it always starts fun until someone gets hurt. That's Eric, by the way, working back in our tape room. Best tape room in the game. So Dad out there. Absolutely. Sergio Romo goes to work. Nate Shearholz is now in right field. So Shearholz bats ninth. The pitcher spot is now third for the Giants, which I'm sure will spin over here in a bit. Justin Upton against Romo. Stranded 23 of 25 inherited runners that he has brought on to face. Boy, that's outstanding.
That's why he's in there.
25 inherited runners, only 2 have scored.
He's got a terrific breaking ball, and Justin saw it firsthand.
He is on some kind of a roll his last 21 games. Opponent's hitting 125 against him. Got away with a hanger.
Yeah. Start leaving breaking balls up there, you're asking for it.
The 1-1 about to come home to Upton. Singled in a pair back in the 5th inning. High pop. Our Chaz Roberts cool play with 2 outs. And let's hope this conjures up some good memories. And something going forward. A 2-run shot for Mark Reynolds. 99 RBIs. And by the way, as it gets later in the ball game, In the big leagues, you folks will love this. Slugging percentage, 7th inning or later when it counts. Number 1 in the major leagues is Mark Reynolds.
By a long ways.
And look at the club he is in. Those are some ball players there.
All those other guys playing for first place teams.
That's exactly right. In his 18 homers, the 7th inning or later, the most in the big leagues. That buckles him. That's outside. If it is at all.
Every pitch Romo's thrown has been that breaking ball, Darren. Mark Reynolds knows that. So I would imagine just go ahead and sit on it and make it be up and whack it.
99 RBIs. The average major league player with the same amount of plate appearances as Mark Reynolds has 69 runs batted in. One and 0 the count.
Another breaking ball. Way out in front of it was Reynolds.
We told you the last time a Diamondback drove in 100 was 2003 when Gonzo had 104 batted in. You can see since 02, there's the list. Those that have creeped towards 100 or gotten there. Mark stands at 99. The 1-1. Pop that one up. Breaking ball away. A pair of Giants get together there to make the play is Aaron Rowan. We roll on through 7, tied at 4. Airlines, they're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag, it's on. And by Blimpie. Now the first national sub shop to offer pretzel bread. Try the new turkey bacon cheddar on grilled pretzel bread. Or pair any Blimpie sub with this new craveable bread option.
That was a big league read right there.
Well, it was my honor, my friend, as we move along. Esperling Vasquez goes to work. Remember watching Esperling throw in minor league camp this spring, seeing the arm, wondering how it would play in the minor leagues. Now it's played very effectively in the major leagues, as he has, in all likelihood, cemented himself a spot next year to help out late in ball games. A starter in the minor leagues. And
Esperling got cuffed around his last couple of outings.
Yeah, he certainly has. One and one the count. Pitches outside. 2-1 to Ishikawa. What we learned about Vasquez when he is right is that he is tougher on left-handed hitters because of that changeup
sure.
and running fastball. There it is there, 3-1 the count. And I think as the slider develops, I think he will be, with consistency, be able to handcuff righties as well. His last 2 outings, an inning and a third combined, 6 runs allowed. So that's what spiked the ERA up.
And that won't endear him to A.J. Hinch, walking the leadoff man here in the 8th inning.
Center fielder Aaron Rowan.
Matter of fact, Mel Stottlemyre probably going to come out and say, stop walking people.
Don't forget, by the way, visit the official online shop of the Diamondbacks at dbacks.com/shop. Browse from the largest online selection of authentic team gear, including hats, t-shirts, jerseys, collectibles, and more. Get your gear straight from the source at dbacks.com/shop. Always a good idea. Gear up for the winter time. Start thinking about your holiday gifts. As Mel wraps up his conversation with Vasquez. Remember, Mel Stottlemyre Jr. had Vasquez as one of his pupils as the season started, as he was the minor league pitching coordinator. The walk, and now Aaron Rowan scoring the bunt push again. Vasquez off the mound. He gets back in. The 2 collide. The ball is thrown away. Roberts and Vasquez collide. They stop the runner at third. And runners on second and third with nobody out. He got it by Vasquez, who immediately turned to get it. He and Ryan Roberts, a pretty tough collision.
Well, Vasquez was out to get it. Roberts, the collision. And then nowhere near Allen. Well, then everything just went haywire. Holy Moses.
We hate this for Ryan Roberts. All that he has accomplished and worked to be a part of this year. They're looking at his ankle.
He's in some pretty good pain out there.
Look at the right ankle.
Like he may have got kicked. And his foot might have got kicked by Esmerling's foot as well. Bang. Dave Edwards out there, along with A.J. Hinch. Check on the second baseman. Still a long night, getting a little longer. Ryan Roberts continuing to figure out if he can stay or go. Looks like he's going to stay. No, he's going to have to take a walk off the field.
That must be pretty serious then.
Augie Ojeda will come in and replace Ryan Roberts. We've had a couple of second basemen get hurt here and there. Absolutely nothing pretty happened on that play.
No.
Unless you're a Giants fan.
Third error of the ball game followed for the Arizona Diamondbacks. Sacrifice bunt and then an error on Esmeralda Vasquez. Check that, a single and an error on the pitcher. That's probably the right call, actually. So Augie's ready to go.
Doesn't take Augie long.
Good Mark Reynolds here. That was interesting. A little bit of firmness there to Esmeralda Vasquez.
Good. Now leadoff walk and then an error. Hadn't been a very good inning for Vasquez.
Another hard to explain beginning of an 8th inning for Diamondbacks pitchers.
Oh boy, I forgot all about that dastardly 8th inning, Darren.
One and 0 the count. So there's the slider. We were talking about that pitch earlier. It stays high at the belt. 2-0 the count.
That looks like a pretty good pitch right there. Didn't get the call from Kerwin Danley. Must have been up.
Good fastball, gets 95 miles an hour. We were talking about the 6 earned runs allowed previously in the 2 outings by Vasquez as the bullpen worked some more with Boyer. Prior to that, this young man had gone 33 appearances and an ERA of 2.01. High pop.
That'll help.
Should keep him there. Drew back, turns in. Stevens says, "I've got it," and he does. Boy, one big out and 2 more to go. Keeping it tied at 4. Well, he nibbled a bit with that slider, then came back after him with 2 electric fastballs. Eugenio Velez drove in a run with a ground out in the 4th inning. Reached on an error, singled, and fly to center field.
They're going to intentionally walk Eugenio Velez. And Jeff Franzen on deck is being called back. That looks like Fred Lewis, a left-handed hitter. He's going to get his chance at Esmeralda Vasquez. He's going to try to be the hero for the San Francisco Giants, who have to win every game.
Well, and a big chance for Lewis here as he gets ready to go. Fred is 6 for his last 15 as a pinch hitter. Bruce Bochy making sure everybody's on their toes and ready to go. That's ball 4. So the base is loaded now. Lewis, the pride of Southern University, has found himself with regard to playing time a little bit more on the outside looking in.
I think this guy can play.
I do too.
I've always liked him. He might not have a huge future with the San Francisco Giants, but this is one of those guys, Darren, that if I'm a GM of a ball club, I might want to take a long look at this kid.
Change up away. 1-0 the count. Looking for a ground ball. Even with a bag at third is Reynolds. Popped up. Mark and Steven give it a run. It's about 10 rows back. So we do it again. 1-1 the count.
Even Mark Reynolds not going to be able to make that play over in the third base stands, Darren.
No, sir.
Catfish has approximately 100,000 taste buds.
Bases loaded. 4-4 the score for the Giants. 4-7-1. They've stranded 8. The Diamondbacks 4-8 with 3 errors. Dave stranded 6. Tired of waiting is Lewis. Esperlin can get very deliberate in this situation.
He could pull the parachute.
The 1-1. Look out in the seats. That one rockets around.
95-mile-an-hour fastball, and that was. Fortunately, everybody's all right. We'll do it again.
And if you're thinking ground ball to get out of this inning, Vasquez skews just a touch to air outs in comparison to league average. So he'd need to swing the other way. He gets his ground ball. Did he get two? Augie. Steven on the first, not in time. That's the other part of the game with Fred Lewis. He can run.
He can run.
5-4, the Giants lead it.
Well, it looked like a tailor-made ground ball to Hopper. They turn it perfectly, but Fred Lewis just runs way too well. Just beats it. And the middle infielders do everything they can. Good call over there from Wally Bell. Winning baseball right there, Darren. Put the ball in play. When you got some speed like that, put the ball in play. So another error comes back to haunt the Arizona Diamondbacks.
The 8th inning has been a tough spot for Arizona, to say the least.
John Bowker now the pinch hitter.
0-1 the count to John. Good fastball, blows it right by him. Now there are different ways to look at errors and unearned runs, but the bottom line is, for a pitcher, they don't put, with regard to runs, they don't take one away and raise your ERA if a guy makes a fine defensive play behind you and saves a run in the gap.
Right.
So responsibly as a pitcher, you need to pitch around those mistakes. He made the mistake himself.
Oh yeah, and also let's not forget, this all started with a leadoff walk.
Lifted down the line, and it's foul. That being said, the Diamondbacks have allowed 70 unearned runs this year. That's the second highest total in Major League Baseball. Washington 73. It's a sign of a defense that is scuffled, and pitchers who have not been able to pitch out of those jams as well. Responsibility goes both ways. The 0-2. High fly down the line, up to into the corner, and he's got a room. Freddie Lewis with good enough speed. Because of that speed in a bases loaded situation, the Giants find a way to grab the lead. score. Chris Young with a walk and a couple of hits. Justed up to Mark Reynolds standing at 99 RBIs. Ryan Roberts taken out of the ball game by Esperling Vasquez. And you can see Andres Torres is now in left field, the veteran. And this is what we talk about with the swing factor. Eugenio Velez can play anywhere. And Velez is in at second base. Augie Ojeda to lead it off. Eric Burns right behind. Jeremy Affeldt. This is another guy. When you talk about what these Giants did, looking to improve their bullpen over the winter. As that one is low, the chants down below, you can hear him. Augie, Augie, Augie. Oi, oi, oi. He used to not love it, but now he's come around. That one is low, 2-0 the count from the left-hander, Jeremy Affeldt. In to Augie Ojeda. Trying to get to 6 runs. Anytime the D-backs score 6 or more, Taco Bell giving away 3 free tacos with a purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 the next day.
Well, Affeldt in danger of doing exactly what Esperling Vasquez did, a leadoff walk to start the 8th. There's a strike, 3-1.
Augie thought that was a little bit up with a bit of a smile there. He finishes the discussion with Kerwin Danley.
There's ball 4.
Affeldt buckles as that call goes the way of the hitter.
That was clearly down out of the zone.
Here's Eric Burns.
Burns had a tough night tonight. He struck out and popped up a couple times. Let's see if he's asked to bunt here. Not a bad idea to maybe try to push a bunt here with a left-handed pitcher. You might be able to get it by him.
Falls off toward the third base side, and especially a tall, lanky guy like Affeldt squares the bunt, takes low. You think about the goal with the Giants bullpen as they built over the offseason, signing Affeldt and signing Howry. 2 guys, neither one of them you're going to ask to be your closer.
No.
But guys with a lot of wear on the tire, a lot of experience, willing to take the ball every day. 2 nice additions.
Well, this guy has been just fabulous. ERA 1.78. That's doing it. Oh boy, he got one right down the middle. Took a good pass at it, but unfortunately fouled it straight back.
One and one.
Oh, a hook. And that one even buckled Eric Burns, and he was bunting.
1-2 the count. Goodness gracious.
Affeldt really wanted that one. Kerwin Danley thought it was high. You could see Molina. He pulled it down a little bit, but that's awfully close.
Two and two the count. Boy, that's a tough take there. Maybe getting a break before and a call, but you got to give him credit for not offering at that pitch.
Well, now do you send the runner, Darren Sutton, on a 3-2 count? Why not?
You're right.
If you get the strikeout, well, it's going to be a double play.
At 65 and 85, why
Thank
not
you.
should be the answer to everything.
That was my point. That was my point. Yeah, roll the dice a little bit.
Runner doesn't go. Popped up again.
Got him to chase ball 4.
Five, 4, the Giants lead it, and now you look to Rusty Ryle in the on-deck circle. And the bottom of the 8th inning. You look back at the career of Affeldt as he fought his way through to the big leagues at 23. Was a starter early on, but he has made hay with Colorado as a reliever, with Cincinnati last year as he faces Rusty Ryle. 256. Breaking ball.
Good breaking ball there.
So Ojeda works the leadoff walk. There's the career numbers for Affeldt. He is well below that this year, as you well know, folks. A sub-2 ERA. High fly ball right. Shearholtz puts that one away for the second out. John Hester. Don't forget, by the way, don't miss the final bobblehead giveaway of the season. This Saturday, the first 25,000 fans get a Mark Reynolds bobblehead. Mark Reynolds bobblehead. 602-514-8400 or visit dbags.com. So now John Hester. This Reynolds bobblehead, it'll be here. It's not traveling the world.
It's not traveling
no.
with Augie?
No. That one is outside.
Oh, Augie's seen saw a lot of places, like Egypt and China, up in Alaska, up doing the Iditarod.
A lot of creativity coming out of the Diamondbacks front office. That's a breaking ball, and it's a strike. 1-1 the count. Ten left on base by the Giants, 6 by the Diamondbacks. Bouncing ball. 5-4. Giants lead it through 8.
Up on deck, Mark Grace. Wait a second. No, he's to my right in the booth. I must be wearing a pair of those binoculars again.
Jack in the Box invites you to think outside of the box. Frank Caliendo certainly did fine comedian. And man, with multiple personalities, there's no doubt about that. What a great impressionist.
He was so quick. I mean, he can just do back-to-back voices and talk about the different subject. He was part of a great broadcast tonight, Darren Sutton.
Yeah, we were honored to have him in here. Well said, Gracie. Blaine Boyer, a little bit of tightness in his forearm has caused him some time, so Blaine trying to resume what he had done prior to that, and that is earning a chance to come back here and work. You can't teach the stuff of Blaine Boyer is the one thing that we noted, and boy, he struggled. Rusty Ryle, there's Rusty at first base. Bouncing ball. Reynolds.
Pitch one out, works, doesn't it?
Yeah, you love that.
Especially off the bat of Pablo Sandoval.
For the Diamondbacks this inning, remaining in the game at first base, number 4, Rusty Ryle. Now pitching batting ninth, number 55, Blaine Boyer.
We've talked about how Boyer, they wanted in St. Louis to send him down to the minor league, stretch him out, and make another conversion project for Dave Duckin because they loved his arm. They just didn't have the patience for him to find the arm slot again. We know what they're trying to accomplish this year. That's win a World Series. As Boyer faces Benji Molina. He, like Vasquez, before he missed a while, had a couple of tough outings, an inning and 2/3 combined 4 earned runs, but he was rolling prior to that. The 1-0. Breaking ball, a curveball. He'll throw a harder slider in that curveball as well. 1-1 to count. Yeah, prior to getting cuffed around for a couple of outings, Boyer went 17 1/3 innings, a 1.04 ERA. Bouncing ball. Stephen Drew. Time for the out. The speed has never been a strong point for Benji Molina. He gets paid to squat behind that plate and
hit.
And hit.
And he does them both very well.
Here's Juan Uribe. Yeah, so Boyer was about to be sent down, had to go on waivers, and the Diamondbacks grabbed him before he got to the minor leagues. Said, I got 2 phone calls when I was grabbed by the Diamondbacks. Bouncing ball off the bat of Uribe. Not trying to pull it, that's the key, like Molina and Sandoval. Sandoval went the other way. Molina tried to pull it. Said Dave Duncan called me and wished me well. Said they were going to miss me. He had plans on me being another one of his projects.
Sure.
And he said Tony La Russa thanked me for my efforts. And he said those are 2 that meant a lot to me. Look at that man in the bullpen. You notice that man down there, right there in the center of your picture? Relief pitcher Randy Johnson.
Oh my goodness, I've never seen that. Umpire ducking out of the way, and the hitter taking a full hack at it. Watch Kerwin. Look out.
The other way, Reynolds is there. To the bottom of the 9th we go. Mark Reynolds.
Brian Wilson.
And Brian Wilson coming on. Wilson takes the baseball. Rock and roll closer, but he brings some electric stuff to the mound.
Great arm. Running up there in the mid to high 90s. Cuts the fastball as well, Darren.
He's been on a roll, too. Over his last 17 games, he's given up 3 runs, a 1.4 ERA. He saved 7 of his last 8. So Parra
going to come on, take his chances with the Giants closer. Giants 3 outs away from gaining a half a game on the Colorado Rockies.
Strike 1 right down the middle. Last runs allowed by Wilson August the 25th against the Diamondbacks. 2 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Inside.
Rushed it up to 97 miles an hour there.
The 1-1 to Parra. Good fastball.
Big time fastball there.
Mini 5-game hitting streak. Parra 7 hits during that time, hitting .368 in his last 5 ball games. Trying to get back up to 300 as a rookie.
Goodness gracious, he just ran that one right on the thumbs of Gerardo Parra, but he was able to fight it off.
Randy looks on from the pen. The 1-2. Fastball blew him away. One more time, what is left for these Giants? You can see it's 6 against the Diamondbacks. This one about to wrap up. 4 with the Cubs and 3 at San Diego. And for the Rockies, at home against San Diego, Milwaukee, and St. Louis, who's gearing up for October, and they will adjust as need be. And then 3 at Los Angeles, another team that's getting ready for October as well.
Yeah, they may get a big break against St. Louis. St. Louis may have already clinched by then. They were a winner again tonight in Houston. I think their magic number's down to at least like 2 or 3, isn't it, Darren?
Yes, starting to shrink even more. Oh, and 1 the count. He did not go around on the slider. Young has a little bit of history, and it's good. He is also 2 for 3 with a walk and a run scored tonight. The 1-1. Slider. Wow.
Oh, boy, that one way off the plate. Kerwin Danley, much to the chagrin of Chris Young, called it a strike. You can see that one cleanly off the plate.
Young just itching to get a fastball. You can just sense in his approach. And last time the bat taken out of his hands. Will he see another slider? He did.
Yes, he will. That one off the plate.
2-2 the count. Another slider. Let's see. The 2-2. Nope. Fastball high. 3-2 the count. Stephen Drew waits on deck. Late magic hasn't been there to this point, and it remains the same. Slider, that's strike 3. Young goes down on strikes.
There's no question. This one just splits the middle of the plate. Right there. Nothing but a strike. Back-to-back strikeouts to start the 9th inning for Brian Wilson, the closer. 1 out away from gaining a half game on the Rockies, who are idle tonight.
Oh, and 1 to count to Stephen Drew. 0 for 4 tonight. The 0-1. Up and away from Wilson. '75 saves the last 2 years for Wilson. Guys like Lincecum getting used to his work in the 9th inning as the slider is a strike, 1 and 2. Giants looking to hopefully take a step in the right direction. Almost in need of a miracle, really, to catch. But all they can do is win each and every day. The 1-2. Fouled off. Benji Molina saying before the game, our biggest focus right now is tonight. And then after tonight, it's tomorrow night. Gracie's old teammate looks on. They look like this means everything. Not at all. Not yet. The 1-2. Stephen Drew lines it down the line. It goes. Played on a backhand. Drew, a huge turn. And a single for Drew.
Well, I think Stephen probably would have got there rather easily. But he puts on the brakes. And Justin Upton now going to get a chance.
Don't forget Justin Upton earlier this year sent a ball game into extra innings with this. A fastball down and in. I mean, a ball that gets out like we've never seen. Diamondbacks won in extras. One for 5, a pair of strikeouts and a homer. Does it this time, everyone goes home happy.
He didn't get that fastball. He got the slider and he missed with it.
If he were to do it again with one swing of the bat, he would effectively end the Giants' season.
That's pretty well said. You might be right.
1-0 the count.
Good slider there to the outside corner to even the count.
Well, he keeps that pitch outside of the one to CY that he just wanted to swipe and split the plate with. He keeps that pitch out on the black with that much action behind it.
Well, you're not a closer because you throw fat ones.
Goodness. The 1-1 high. 2-1. Mark Reynolds waits on deck.
And he overthrew that one a little bit. Flew wide open and missed badly up and away.
The 2-1. Outside, 3-1 the count.
Well, does he challenge Justin Upton, or does he stay with the slider and take his chances with Mark Reynolds? All of a sudden, not as much fun over there as the noose on this game gets a little tighter. He went with the slider, and boy, did he deliver it. What a great pitch on 3-1.
As we were saying about that pitch living out on the edge.
Well, he's got to throw it again, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
One fastball. I take it back. There has been one, but it was up and away. I say he's going to stay with the slider. Let's see.
The 3-2 pitch.
Oh, he left one there. It was the slider, and he left it there. That was the same one he threw to Chris Young, and it was taken for strike 3. The one that kind of hangs in the middle of the plate. Upton just missed it.
Full count, 2 outs. The flamethrower rocks and fires. The runner goes. And took that one out of the catcher's mitt. Fouls it off. Way into the upper deck.
I like these matchups. This is what you pay for, Darren. A couple of all-stars with the game on the line. A slider 3-2, a foul ball, and a fastball at 96 miles an hour, a foul ball. This is great stuff. And kudos to the fans that have hung around. It's been a long contest.
Looks like he's going breaking ball away here on 3-2 with the runner going. Hanging around still, Justin Upton. See Molina put down the 2 fingers for the breaking ball.
Ah, boy, fellas. Get loud.
Homer Diamondback, legendary Diamondback, looks on as the 3-2 pitch comes to Upton. Fastball, ball game.
What a pitch. Justin didn't like the call, but that looked like a strike, Darren.
Pitcher's pitch, no doubt. And he electrically went right at the knees to end it.
It was a great battle against two